I rewatched Mr. Wizard recently, like on one of the dudes, a dude I worked with, like his Plex. It wasn't, I didn't watch them all, but like the first season, and it's so creepy seeing him do those experiments with all the kids and like where were they? Where were their parents? Like it was so odd now, but at the time I was like, man, I want to be one of those kids doing this experiment with this old dude at his house. He just had a tripod, son. He just had a tripod.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Guys, welcome to episode 147 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know my guy over here.
And that fool blazer, Ramon.
On the other end is... And we are...
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
I can't keep track of how many episodes. At some point, I'm just going to stop saying the fucking episode number.
Maybe we should put like a board
Nah, fuck
up.
that.
Yeah.
We're going
Just
all the way to
dry erase
400.
and just wipe it down.
Yeah.
Let's name them all.
I'm down for that. Right. I'm down for that. Like a little dry erase board. Just probably put that up. Put up notes and... I don't know. You need to get
Or we could get one of those now serving lights behind you. It was like now serving, episode 147, now serving.
Boom. I like that.
yeah. It doesn't have to be behind me. It could be something.
No, it would
not
be cool
in
to
camera
actually
view.
show up on cam, you know.
No, that would be, I mean, you see any screenshots you see, any screen grabs are
It's
all,
always,
you got
yeah,
the
it's always got the
episode right in the
148
back.
behind it or whatever.
You know what I just realized? It hasn't even been a full minute, and I dropped an F-bomb already.
You said you were going to work on that. I don't think I've swore yet. I'll see if I can go the whole
YouTube.
episode without swearing.
Yeah, that's going to be very difficult to attempt to wait 7
Facts.
minutes before we bust a cuss word.
It's gonna have to be an editing effort.
Yeah.
I definitely am going to try to minimize the
Make a solid attempt.
I'm gonna try to use F-bombs as an emphasis on something rather than the every other word. That clip I dropped was just like
Yeah.
in DC.
People were like, yo, is my service dropping? Is this video
Right.
choppy? Like, they didn't even know what was happening, dog. Such a filthy mouth. I didn't know.
Yeah.
There's a passion in my voice.
That Snyderverse really gets you.
It's not even the Snyderverse. I don't even care that much. It's more of the people that
The
that
defenders.
are passionate. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm like, what the hashtags fire James Gunn and
Yeah.
you know, it's just
That's all
getting
Patty
stupid.
Jenkins from burner accounts. That's
Probably.
not real people.
That's the
She
Rock.
wants a
That's the
job.
Rock's family right
Yeah,
there.
that's right. Anyway, how are y'all feeling? How y'all showing up today?
Feeling good, baby.
Yeah,
Vodka Red Bull. Get it going.
Johnny's over there getting high.
Not yet, but we
Got
will be. You know how we
Celsius.
do.
Got them Celsius.
Absolutely. He's getting lifted off that surge. Oh man, yeah. I'm trying to catch up to y'all. Even though I am a nice vodka drink in.
You were
and a
drinking
beer.
before I got here.
Yeah, it wasn't a straight drink. I should have probably went straight, but
Just some hot vodka.
yeah, just really hot.
I like to put it in the microwave for a good 30 seconds and really sip the mug with both hands. Reflect.
You don't let
No,
it
it's
boil in the
disgusting.
tea.
I think it'll just go away if you try to boil vodka, son.
I ain't for long enough. You just put it in a tea kettle, let it boil enough.
Nah, just
Yeah.
microwave it. Measuring cup.
That's
pour it
lazy.
in.
That's lazy.
It's the best. Throw a cinnamon
That's how I
stick
like
in
my
there.
cognac. Hot, real
Boiled.
hot.
Like hot
like-
Dr. Pepper. People
like
drink
soup.
that.
Or like what's it called? Like a tea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fuck with that.
That's how my boys drink Henny. Not obviously not like tea, but
Like that with both hands. like you just did.
Straight
Like
out
Kermit?
the bottle.
Just
Can't
Sipping
have
on
it
the
chilled.
edge.
No ice. Yep, exactly. Sipping on it. Pour a triple, double, whatever, and just
Keep
sip on.
sipping.
It has to be hot though. It has to be like
Room
Has
temp
to.
or
Temperature.
hotter.
room temperature. Like
I like to leave it in the car on a summer day and then just pull that bitch out at like 5 o'clock and start chugging.
bringing
The
back
best.
good
It's the
happy
best.
memories.
Hot
Yeah.
any memories. Hmm.
Love it.
any memories.
Oh, that's so good.
I know my stomach feels really good just thinking about it. I'm super excited to drink some of that.
You want some?
Yeah, do you have some? Just pull like a Ziploc bag full of Henny out of your pocket, bro. I'd be disgusted.
Yeah. No, bro. You just you take a small bottle. You know, it doesn't have to be crazy, right? And then you just let it rest in your gooch.
You just tuck it in there.
Yeah, yeah. Just get that.
It's funny you
body
say
heat.
that because if I pulled out a little fucking bottle of Henny, you would have shit. Oh, I swore already. Damn it! I was trying not to swear, trying to keep it clean for the kids.
Keep that Henny bottle in your taint.
Mm-hmm.
Get that body temperature.
Some seasoning.
Chug it right out the bottle.
Sniff it first.
My stomach hurts now.
Yeah. Did your taste come back?
Yes,
Nice.
it absolutely did. Yeah, it's been wonderful actually. I didn't even realize it too. Like the taste was slowly coming back. The smell was what I didn't have for a long time. And then I just one day, I don't know what it was. I smelled something. I was like, I can smell again. This is wonderful. It was super shitty after COVID. Just I can't even describe what that was like because I know you didn't lose your taste when you got
No, I
it,
didn't
but
know.
it was the weirdest thing because like even when I first got it, I had the fever, like, I was really sick, dude. Like I would have soup and shit and like I could taste just fine. And then once the symptoms went away, like the fever, the body, all that shitty stuff, like once I felt better, that's when I couldn't taste or smell. And that was just so weird. Even chronic, so I'm smoking, like herb tasted, I would say bad. It was almost, I mean, I didn't stop smoking it,
course
but like
not.
it was
No.
not, it wasn't enjoyable. Like a nice fine strain. It just tasted like burning shit, dude. It was not fun. So I'm really glad. Thank you for asking, by the way. That's very kind of you to think about. Yeah. I can taste,
I was thinking about that
smell.
the other day, and I forgot to ask. I'm like, yo, did this man get his taste back?
I did actually, because it's funny because when I was sick, I got Chick-fil-A when I couldn't taste.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was craving it, knowing I wasn't going to
taste it.
taste shit. When I ate it, and it was, it was good. It was Chick-fil-A. I could imagine what it tasted like. And then now that I have my taste back, I went back to Chick-fil-A and I was like, oh fuck, son, this is what I was missing out on.
Are you finding yourself craving more, or like wanting to explore new taste?
Honestly,
taste
yeah,
because
because
of it?
even like the hot sauce, the Los Calientes that I really I've been buying bottles of since we did the Hot Ones challenge, like that, it tasted different. It hit me different. Like things do have a weird, I don't want to say they're not all different, but like, it's almost like tasting them for the first time again.
Yeah.
It's miraculous. It's like those videos of like the little kids that can't see, but then they get glasses for the first time and they can fucking see everything, and their parents are crying. Yeah. That's exactly what it's like.
Okay.
Like having sight again. Yeah, it's good. Like I said, thank you. That was very kind of you.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. So we're comparing taste to being blind and seeing.
No, they weren't blind. They just had very poor vision.
Gotcha.
Needed corrective lenses.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Word.
Oh man. All right. So cool. You know what time it is now.
Fellas, first question. Would you rather live in the nicest house on the shittiest block or the shittiest house on the nicest block?
Shittiest house on the nicest block.
Damn, you ain't want to think about it?
I
Wait, shittiest
have-
house on the nicest block?
Yeah,
Really?
I would. So my reasoning behind that is because I know people that live in the nicest house on the shittiest block, right? And when you live in the shittiest block, that means that your neighbors. I'm not saying that like all of them are shitty, but yeah, I mean, chances are
They got
you're
beef
in a
with you
shitty.
because you're flexing on them.
No, it's not even that. It's just like you're not living in the best neighborhoods, right? So you're not gonna have the best neighbors,
Right.
Whereas like if you live on the shittiest house on the nicest block, your neighbors and everything are probably gonna be more pleasant. You are more able to walk around your neighborhood. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like, we spend a lot of time in our cribs. Like, how much time do you spend, outside of your crib being judged by your neighbors, as opposed to like being inside enjoying your nice fucking dope house, even if it is in maybe a shitty neighborhood? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's my point. Is like with like if you care about what your neighbors think, then really all you're really thinking about is being the shittiest house in the nicest neighborhood because they're gonna look down on you. But if you are the nicest house in a shitty neighborhood, in general, the neighbors there, they're not gonna be judging you. I think that it's just gonna be a shitty. I've lived in shitty neighborhoods where you go to the corner store and you know what I mean, and you could fall into some shit. So it's like I would much rather have the ugliest house in a good neighborhood where I could walk my dog, I could walk with my kids and stuff, rather than live in a nice house in a crappy neighborhood where you can't do those things. Or even if you are in a crappy neighborhood and you have a nice big house, oh, your house is definitely an open target. You know what I mean?
Right.
All eyes on you is, you know what I mean?
I feel you. No, that makes sense. What do you thinking,
That's
Johnny?
my thought.
No, I 100% agree with everything Wak just said. Because I also know many people that had the dopest house on a shitty block. I remember my uncle had like a really, I won't say like an amazing house, like as far as like luxurious or anything, but he had the most shit in and around the house with the full basketball court and the pool and the deck, and it was one of the nicest looking houses, if not the nicest looking house on like a fucking block right off, like just right there off Clinton Ave, right? Like not a great neighborhood. Trappers up and down the street, right? And just like you said, constant target, right? You got to have the pit bulls in order to protect your shit. It's not if you have the shittiest house on the nicest block, it's probably not that bad of a house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the shittiest house on the nicest block is still like twice as dope as the dopest house on the shittiest block.
And even if it's horrible, like what's the worst that can happen? The people on the block are like calling the city, telling you like you need to upkeep your, or you need to change something. That's the worst that can happen.
But that could be a pain in the ass too. Don't get me wrong. That could be
It could be.
You got them Karens on your ass and everyone's fucking, staring at you and leaving notes.
Waiting to see when your grass is fucking thigh high because you got the shittiest house in the neighborhood.
I guess
That's part of it. You don't have a well manicured lawn. You're the shittiest house.
I could manicure my lawn and still have a shitty house. Like the house could be shitty, but I do my best to take care of it.
That's commendable. I like that. I'll
do my best to take care of that shitty
we're using
house.
the term
and
block.
eventually that house gets better, right? You would think.
I would hope so. for your property value's sake, try to sell that bitch, and they're like, nah, we're straight. We don't fuck with that.
Hell no. Somebody will take that bitch and think they could flip it.
Well, that's just the best comparison. I'd rather deal with a Karen that's Karen neighbor that's
someone shooting your
complaining
crib up.
than somebody constantly worrying about getting your
Facts.
house broken into, robbed, whatever. Have to have extra security.
And so y'all both went right to the hood. Y'all pictured a nice house in the hood.
Yeah.
That wasn't the first thing I pictured. Like there's
That's not what you think of when you hear shitty neighborhood?
White trash areas of like Gates or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's maybe not hood. You can walk to fucking
That's not the shittiest neighborhood though.
big lots or something. But I mean, in that area, like Gates is definitely the shithole, like a shithole of Rochester for sure. So you have trailers all around, and then you have like a $300,000, colonial and shit with a pool and all that. Like, I don't give a fuck if they got trailers and gross ass cars in their yard, and just like, I'll ball out.
I mean, I guess if the way that you're thinking about it is like the nicest house that you could possibly ever have in any neighbor, you know what I mean? Like you're talking about a $300,000 house in a trailer park. Like I'm thinking if you have the nicest house in a shitty neighborhood, then you have the illest trailer in the trailer park. You got the triple wide,
Even that.
maybe a
I'd still
second
flex on 'em.
level, a pool, in-ground pool in the back and a big ass deck. But at the end of the day, you still live in the trailer park, bro.
Right. But I'd sell mad oxys out of that bitch, so we break evens. all right. You guys sold. You guys made valid points. I don't want to fuck with shitty neighbors. Like I have a fear of just.
That's
I don't
really
want
the main
neighbors
thing,
in
though.
general.
Yeah.
So if they're just quiet and cool, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's
I saw
really the main thing.
somebody that won the lotto, the lotto,
The
right?
lottery?
The lottery. I remember she was from a trailer park, and she won millions of dollars in the lottery, right? And she stood in that trailer park and was like remodeling the trailer to be like a bigger trailer. It had a Lamborghini in that bitch.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. Like
That's wild.
why? Like taking a Lamborghini through the McDonald's drive-through.
Or the Dunkin' drive-through, buying the menu up. What's the difference?
I guess.
Flexing, still flexing. I
Yeah.
don't got a Lambo.
Yeah. You could just I just remember seeing like the layout, right? She had her regular trailer, and then it was like wood where they're going to extend her trailer in this design and pattern.
Oh my
just
God.
Like, yeah, to each their own.
I'm picturing like a rich white trash cribs, like where they're just showing you around and shit.
Right. She had that deep South accent.
Where was she from? Was it like
Shocker.
I can't even
I'm
remember.
gonna say Alabama.
Something like that.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going to go with
Arkansas.
Kentucky or West Virginia.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, yeah, no, West Virginia, like the Ozarks.
No, that was Missouri.
Was
Missouri. Yeah, the
Missouri?
Ozarks,
That was
the
in
Ozarks
Missouri?
are in Missouri.
Were they really? I thought they were. Oh, okay, well, that's weird.
All right, what else we got?
All right, next question. Would you rather be drunk 24/7 or never be drunk at all?
Jesus Christ, these questions.
that was a walk question. That wasn't me.
That was answer the internet question. I mean, it has to be. Oh fuck! Why would I never want to?
Never. Why would you never want it? But I mean,
It's like they're two extremes.
very.
Two very like.
I guess how drunk is drunk?
I mean, I would. I'm not gonna say that you're like fucking 0.24 and falling over and shit, but like, let's say you had a solid buzz 24/7, like a nice, let's call it a 3 beer buzz, 24, like constantly. That's kind of dope, right?
That's
like
kinda
that's
dope.
a nice area that you're in.
That might be lit.
That's what I'm saying. And you don't even have to do anything to maintain it. You're just always 3 beers deep, no matter what.
So then you just need like one beer to get wasted.
If you want, or you just
Yeah,
chill.
two beers and you're like,
I'll say 3 more. 3 more, and I'm like, well, okay, here we go.
Yeah. That's pretty fire.
What if you couldn't get drunker, though? What if that was it? 3 beers deep, 24/7 for like no matter what you drink, like Captain America, like your body can't process that shit, or it over processes it so that you just don't get any drunker. You're just
I don't know. That'd
3
be
beer
weird.
Johnny.
I mean, eventually you get used to it, right? No, you don't.
That would
think?
just be like your equilibrium, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like I'm there already.
I would. I'm just to answer the question. I would probably go with never drink beer again.
That's pussy. That's a pussy answer.
No,
I don't
because
like that.
I mean, I would love. Here's the thing, right? We get there, and eventually, that's not going to be fun. It's just going to be, shitty. And then, like, you have 2 to 3 beers, and now you risk possibly having hangovers and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's at that is at that level, I want to control. Like, I probably at some point I don't want to feel like this anymore. So I would have to say no, and then I'll probably start smoking more weed just to figure something else out.
You're smoking
I think-
crack,
Or I
to
just
fucking
go to-
get a buzz.
Yeah, or just go to coke or crack or something.
Just start doing
something.
hard drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A. No, I would I would go with the drunk 24/7. But then like if I wanted to get more fucked up or increase it, then I would just smoke on top of it. Like I would add to it. Like Johnny said,
I can't do that.
I feel like it would become the equilibrium. Like that would just be how it is. And if you want to get intoxicated, you would have to add another substance into the mix, and I could just pick and choose. Like, oh, okay, I want to take a Xanax now, and I'm already 3 beers deep, so it's going to be nice. I feel like that's the way to go, because I don't never want to feel not drunk again. If that is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need. Oh, I can't say I need. That sounds bad when you. Need.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
say how you feel, Dave.
I need to unwind sometimes, and
But is
I
it
would be
really an
unwound all the
unwind
time.
if that's how you always are? You're not unwinding. You're always unwound.
yeah.
that's true. That's true.
That's my point. It's like at some point that shit is not going to be fun anymore. Now I'm just drunk.
And you
At
find
some
something
point,
yes,
in all
but I
the
just-
time.
But you get used
There's
to
too much that I rely on alcohol for. Like, and again, sounds terrible to fucking say out loud.
it. Right? Yeah.
But
This
you
is
know
a
what I mean?
weird
Like you
conversation
go.
to have out loud.
You go to a networking event, you go to a party, you go to a bar, etc.
A wedding,
something,
you know what I'm
anything.
saying?
Like you need to loosen up. If I'm always loosened up, then
Yeah.
that's cool, man. I think I'm chill with that. I like Dave's idea of, instead of ever drinking more alcohol, then instead, use a different substance to, in my case, cannabis. No other, abuse over on this side. Yeah, and then that would be my level up. Only because you put it at 3. If you put that, 3 beers, 3 drinks or whatever.
3's a good. It's a
Like
good.
3's like an even, like that's a good key. Like I'm
That is.
just getting going. I'm not like that's if it was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
oof, that'd be rough.
You just
To
slop.
be
What if
that
it was 4?
24/7.
I feel like 4 is not that bad.
But that, like to drive all the time, I don't know that I would be comfortable like driving with my daughter in the car at 4 beers drunk constantly, even with the
No,
car
your
driving
car drives itself.
even with that, like I still got to pay attention to it. Got to slap it a couple times for fucking making stupid ass decisions.
I don't know. And just to let you guys know for you listeners out there, no, I've never done coke. I've never done.
I've never done crack. I've never done Xanax.
I've never done anything other than alcohol, weed, and
Ooh, and what? What's the third? Acetaminophen,
no, yeah, I mean,
Morphine?
obviously those.
ibuprofen.
No,
Percocet,
what's the,
Vicodin?
no, not even. I mean, for
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
physical
right.
recovery.
medical, yeah, medically.
Uh-huh.
And
Same.
it was for that.
And I didn't
what's
abuse, I
Adderall?
swear.
Adderall.
I've done Adderall.
You have to study for a test.
I was just trying it out because I always felt like I
Like you
might
took
possibly
one or
be
you took many?
ADHD. The what?
You took one or you took many? Like for
I've done it multiple times.
Did you
Gotcha.
snort them?
No.
Smart.
Dave's like, then you've never really done it.
Oh man. Funny story though. I don't know if I shared it on the podcast, but
No.
I've had
Please share.
I remember my mom, if she's hilarious because Johnny knows her. And it's like she does these things, man. She just keeps she doesn't throw anything away. So she keeps everything. Right? But sometimes things get mislabeled somehow. Who knows how this happens? And I had like a back pain. I remember I had a back pain. She gave me some muscle relaxers. Or she gave me something. She handed me some muscle relaxers. And just was like, here, take these, whatever. I take them. I have the best sleep of my life that night. The next day she calls me. She goes, hey, so Ale, because that's what my family calls me. Ale, don't take those pills. I was like, why? Oh, it wasn't muscle relaxer. It was Percocet.
Oh shit.
So you did take Percocet.
So I did take Percocet, but it wasn't because I was because I knew I was taking Percocet. No, I was told this was a muscle relaxer, and it took the pain away for sure. I had the best sleep of my life. She was just like, "Oh yeah, don't take that one."
Don't take
because I found out it's Percocet.
How many
I
hours
just
later was this
realized-
after she
This was
gave
the
you the
next
pills?
day.
Okay.
This is the
Don't
next
take
day.
she didn't. I'm assuming she didn't watch you take them. You're like,
No.
oh, thanks, mom. Well,
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, mom. And then I took the pills, went to bed, and it was like days where I was not sleeping well because of the pain that I was in, and yeah, that was the best sleep of my life. I just,
you're like, yo, you got any more of them?
didn't wake up. That was
The
like the
muscle
first
relaxers,
time in a long time that I didn't wake up in the
Slept
middle of the
through
night.
them,
Went to bed, woke up, felt rested. Like, oh my god, I've never
Felt so good.
so good.
It was probably still like coursing through your veins as you woke up, so there was no pain. You're just like,
Yeah, it was either It was either Percocet or Oxycontin. I can't remember, but maybe Vicodin. I don't know. She
Any
gave
of
me
those.
something. Yeah,
Any
any
of
one
those
of
will
those.
make you
One of
feel
those,
The next
real
day,
good.
she was like, "Oh yeah, the muscle relaxer I gave you. Don't take it." It's like, it's kind of too late to tell me not to take that.
As long as it helped.
Yeah, it did, but that was just funny. That's my mom in a nutshell.
Don't take those.
Now anything she gives me, I'm
tracks.
like, yeah, I'm not taking that unless I
I would just take it.
like
no.
I research the numbers on the no, because she like, mom, where the fuck did you get a horse tranquilizer? Oh no, I'm sorry, no, that wasn't ibuprofen.
That wasn't ibuprofen. It was ketamine.
Yeah, that was Valium.
That's funny because you
I
can
have a
put in
friend.
you can put in the numbers. Like you can Google the numbers or the symbol on a pill.
Yeah, right. All right, Dave, what you got?
All right. For $10,000,
Ooh, yes.
would you carry around a humanoid robot for 2 days that you had to introduce to everyone as your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
But
right?
you got to go places. You got to. You're,
Yeah, you gotta go to
you're
work.
like you're on the subway in the city. People
I'm
are like, "Yo,
cool.
who's this? Who's this
I'll
chick?"
figure it out. I got no problem. Carry around it's a robot or it's just a mannequin?
No, it's a
Robot. It's a
robot.
humanoid
it's a
robot.
It's a
humanoid
robot?
robot. So
Yeah,
she probably
fuck that.
moves.
So I don't even really got to carry her around. She like walks.
She looks like Megan. Creepy
Right.
and shit.
Fuck it,
Megan's
man.
a little dope though, right?
I got to tell people that's my girl. We've been fucking on the low
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got to
for
prove
10
it.
grand. I mean, 10 grand's a little low, but
I was gonna
It's
say,
only
yeah,
2
10 grand
days.
is not.
it's only 2
Ideal.
days. Like that's not
Yeah, 48
How
hours.
far am I going to get in 2 days?
$5,000 a day.
Yeah. Where am I going to go in 2 days?
What
I
if
could
you had
only
a
go
wedding? Would you take the robot to a wedding and be like, you got to sit her
Be
at
like,
the
I
table?
broke up with
and she's
Joyce
got a
and this is
meal?
my new girl.
And then Joyce is there too.
Is she like going along with it, or is she upset about the whole thing?
I think she's pretty
Probably.
heated, honestly.
You
I mean, I don't
can't-
think that
you're not. And my assumption
to
on
sit at
this
a
is
different
you are
table.
not allowed to let people know why you are doing this, and that would also include your wife.
I'm pretty
your wife
sure.
and your child are elsewhere, and you're at this table with this robot chick, and you're like, this is fucking
Again, 10 grand isn't a lot, but it's enough that I'm pretty sure.
she'd be cool with it after the fact.
afterwards when I put her on and I'm like, so babe, you know the whole thing about the robot? I got 10 grand for that. That was a stupid
I would
YouTube
want to
stunt.
hear that.
I think she'd be cool with
I
it.
need to hear that. Yeah, no, she
Yeah.
would. I think all of our girls would after 2 days with 10 grand.
After the
I'll just
2
get
days.
a couple stacks
think-
and be like, what?
I think
It'd
what would
be
be
a rough
the
2
weirdest,
days.
right? If it's during work hours, right? And I know what the thought is. Oh well, I work from home, so whatever.
Nah, it's weekend
But-
only. Weekend only.
Nah, there's no.
It's a
You
Tuesday,
can't choose
Tuesday,
what day.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday,
you can't
Wednesday.
choose what day.
You got a big meeting. You got a presentation at 2:00, and this bitch walks in with you, and you got to explain to your.
Not even
Your-
you're on a
your
Zoom
client-
chat.
your
You're
clients.
on a Zoom chat, and you have to explain what this humanoid
Why
robot
she's
is
rubbing
with you.
on your shit, rubbing your
Why would
shoulders.
I-
and
right
shit.
here with you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I thought you were using like the weekday thing to get away from like not having to introduce like,
Go to a wedding.
I would never introduce my girl on a Zoom call like my real wife. Why would I introduce this robotic one?
Because that's part of the.
She's got to go everywhere. She goes everywhere with you. Everywhere.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. I'd still probably. Well, nah.
I would do it too. I would do it too.
I would do
Nah,
it.
I
I'd be
would,
down
I
for
would
that.
not show up on work calls with a fucking robot sex doll and tell people that I left my wife for this woman and she's gonna be appearing on all my calls. Like, no, it ain't worth 10 grand at that point. 100 grand maybe, but 10 grand, nah, fuck that.
No. I'm
It's
calling
tax
in.
free. It's $9,999.
Yeah, facts. I would
so
be
you don't
calling
get
it.
I would be calling into work. I could do it everywhere else. I'm going to the store.
101
I'm
fever.
shop. Everywhere else, I don't care.
Wait, is she sitting?
But I'm calling into
She's
work.
sitting in the seat while we're doing the pod.
Yeah,
she's
right
there.
here.
She's just chilling.
Yeah, right here. Boom.
I'd keep
So
staring.
if for whatever reason I ever walk in with a humanoid robot and I'm telling you
I just
that's
go.
my
I'm like,
girl,
oh, 10. Like I want 2
That's just-
G's, or I'm fucking her up. I'm gonna fight this bitch right now.
she looking at me funny.
I don't like it. She got machine gun jubblies, cut.
Oh man.
Nah, I'm gonna do it. 10 G. I mean,
Yeah,
why not?
I'd be down.
Fucking it. I
Why
don't give a
not?
fuck.
Yeah. 2 days is not. It's not crazy.
I would fly to a random city.
2 days
Just
is
who
enough
gives
to
a
be to be spontaneous, like that happening. My girl getting mad at me over it.
She kicks you out the
You know,
crib.
within 2 days, right afterward, me saying, "Hey, that whole thing was to get this. We now have 10 grand in our account
What about
because of it.
a month?
That's good. Yeah, if it's like
a month for $1 million.
I mean,
Tax-free.
Yeah, I probably still do. That.
I mean, that's a lot more explaining. You
Yeah,
can't tell
I
your
mean,
girl what's going
it's a
on.
lot
She
more-
thinks y'all are done at that point. Like you
Yeah,
left me.
but
for
then when
this.
I come back with $1 million, she will.
if you come
understand.
back, shit.
I mean, if it's yeah, either way, if for whatever reason you don't come back, then you got your out. That's if you're somebody who's looking
Got
for
your
an
milli.
out, then you got your out. But if that if you want your relationship, you come back, be like, babe, that whole thing was for this right here, and you show $1 million in your bank account that you did not have before, and you explain that that whole craziness was because of that. Absolutely, she would be like, what? You're so stupid. Oh, all right. What are we gonna do now?
What are we gonna do now? If that's how it would go, you're sure?
I
I like
hope
to
for the
think.
best.
He's like, I like to think
I
that's
like
how
to
it
think
would
that
go.
that's
Yeah.
how it would go, but you hope for the best. I just hope she doesn't bang somebody.
Ooh, in that month.
In that month. Yeah. You know?
That's when you take that milli and you're out. You're like, oh, this is how it is, bitch. She's like, I thought we were done. What the hell? This is fucked up. What kind of mind games are you playing with me? It's terrible.
That's the tough part.
You got to keep that facade up.
Yeah.
Can't slip her a text and be like, hey, just listen, go along with all this bullshit.
Yeah,
you
can't.
Nope. You got no mil. You owe $1 million if you do that.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Even, that would be like, oh my God. The stakes aren't just like, hey, nope, you don't get that. No, now
Right.
I owe it. So
Now
you
you
really
owe.
can't say anything.
Yeah, they garnish your shit. Yeah,
rough.
fuck all that.
Rough.
We all sipped our drink like, man, that's wild. Fuck all that.
Wild.
Yeah. All right, that's all we had, right?
That's all we got.
Cool.
You know what it's time for.
You were supposed to say, you know what it's time for.
You know what it's time for.
You're supposed to
Because you
preface the
already know it.
preface. That's all good. We're going to talk news clips with Johnny Quest. Let's see. What news is there to talk about? Let's see. We'll
giving
lead
me-
off with something that
Vibes with that hat.
what's that?
Johnny's giving me vibes with that
Vibes.
You
hat.
know what? I thought that for a second, bro. I thought that just a
Blurt that
brief
name out,
second.
though,
Just a
Miller.
brief.
Blurt that name.
The hair in the back.
Yeah.
Like Johnny's got hair on the top, so it doesn't matter. But like, yeah, just for like a corner of my eye for a second. I didn't say
Yeah.
anything though, but he went
That's a
there.
good call. I forgot about that. That's a good call. Scratching this hat off of the list. So yeah, the news. Let's see what's here's a news story that popped up the other day that I just learned about. And I think we'll be covering in our shorts, but talking about hard drugs, where to get them. In Vancouver, there's a dude that decided to open up a crack store. He's just opening up a crack store, heroin, meth. He's just selling it all in Vancouver, British Columbia. And I don't know if that shit is actually legal there. If it's like Oregon, you know how Oregon everything's decriminalized. Haven't really seen how much they're going to be allowed to do this, but
Right.
yeah, the idea is that they're going to offer a safe space where you can buy all your illicit stuff, and then I'll teach you how to not die from it or how to quit.
Oh, okay. So there is
But-
quitting options.
Let's just open up crack houses and let them know that they could shop from us. He doesn't mention anything about like what he's going to do with his profits, where that's going, because I'm pretty sure it'll be profitable.
Would you pop in there if you were walking by? Like, you're just in BC or shooting you're walking down the street, some friends, you just had some drinks and some dinner. Would you go in just to see what it was like in there? Like what the setup was like? Is it like a cannabis dispensary, but there's like different kinds of heroin and shit? Like, what's the vibe in one of those places? Do you think you would go in just to say that you did and you took a peek inside to see what was up?
Maybe. I guess it would depend what it looked like from the outside.
Sure.
If like
If it didn't
if
look
I
scary.
walk up and it looks like a doctor's office, nah, fuck that. It's too sterile. If it looks like a straight up crack house hole in the wall, nah, I'm not trying to get stabbed or shanked when I'm walking in there
So,
either.
yeah, what
But
does
if
it
looks
have to
like
look
a
like?
dispensary, if it looks like just a retail store, maybe I'll check it out. I'll see who the
Yeah.
fuck is going on. See what their setup is like, see what their glass cases, how they're displaying the crack and the
Yeah,
meth on the
exactly.
walls. I want to see the packaging.
Yeah.
You know, the exit bags that they're using. What's the POS system that they're using? Are they, you know, they got analytics. Like
It's a Samsung
do they run
tablet.
sales?
They don't use an iPad there.
Is there like a buy one
The
get one
crackheads would steal
offer?
it. Yeah. Do they have deal? 50% off your first heroin order if you are a first time user.
Do they
So
offer delivery?
So in British Columbia, I just found something from their. It's a government article that says, let's see, Health Canada has granted an exception from the Controlled Drugs and Substances Act to the province of British Columbia. The exception takes effect from January 31st, 2023 to January 31st, 2026. It's a decriminalization of certain drugs. So under the time-limited exception, adults 18 or older in British Columbia will not be arrested or charged for possessing small amounts of certain illegal drugs for personal use. It has to total the amount equal or less to 2.5 grams, and the drugs are as follows. Opioids, such as heroin, morphine, fentanyl, crack and powder cocaine, methamphetamine, crystal meth, and MDMA, which is ecstasy.
Sure is.
So
Wow.
it will be decriminalized in British Columbia
3 years.
from January 31st, 2023 to 2026. Now,
Yeah. Retail sales?
Yeah.
Anything in there about.
highly doubt that.
Either
He's
way,
probably working. He's probably working within a loophole of sorts.
yeah, you know,
that he's possibly found.
That gray
gray
New
market
York
shit.
market area?
yeah, he's providing a consultation fee, you know, for his services. The crack is free. I'm just
Right.
charging you to teach you how to smoke it and not kill yourself or
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
shit.
The crack is free, but the pipe is about $150 a gram. I mean, $150.
Yeah, those numbers. What would you say? 2.5 grams. That's not a lot for. I mean, that's quite a bit. I mean, rather like that's.
Yeah, I was say crackheads are buying like a 20 and they're just
Yeah.
puffing it somewhere. Like,
That's 2.5 grams is a lot of fucking crack, right? Like I feel like that's a lot.
it's got to be. I mean, I'm not sure like the average crack weight or like how it actually gets sold like buds, but like, I mean, $20. It's like a gram bud, good bud.
Not a lot of coke though, right? Isn't 8-ball is 8 grams, right?
An 8-ball is
Or is it 0.8
3.5
grams?
grams. It's an eighth of a.
Oh, it's an eighth
ounce,
of
like
an
chronic.
ounce. Is an eighth of an ounce really?
Yeah.
That's a weird way to measure. I thought like every other drug besides weed was measured in the metric system. Only
What do
weed
you
was
want from
measured in
cokeheads?
USA.
We got to talk to Obi-Wan about this because that's where he lives. He lives in BC.
Does
Oh,
he?
word?
Yeah. I thought it was Vancouver.
Vancouver, British
Vancouver is
Oh,
British
is it
Columbia.
Yeah,
My man.
I know.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
brain is
yeah.
not there.
That's a good idea. We should ask Obi-Wan his thoughts.
Yeah. Have him mail us some crack to see what's up, see what it's all about.
No big deal.
Oh,
I'm sure the FBI
no
won't
big-
mind.
You could do it one time. You're not going to be in a fucking crack den.
You're right. You're right.
I don't know. I just
How many views would that get if we smoked crack on YouTube? I bet that would hit, bro. That would go
Yeah,
through the roof.
there are a bunch of things that I would do for views.
Whoa,
that
whoa,
is not
whoa,
one of them.
hey. Oh, okay, good. What is one of them?
You don't want to know. Maybe you do. Oh man,
Crack store.
we're joking, guys. We're joking. It's all
Yeah,
a joke.
no,
Okay,
no crack.
I haven't started an OnlyFans.
Crack is poor
Not
people.
yet.
coke.
But it's
Not
coming.
yet. Yeah. If I ever start an OnlyFans, the only crack I'll be smoking won't be illegal drugs. Girl butts,
Perfect.
guys. Girl butts.
Oh, okay. Girl butts. I gotcha.
Okay. Sure.
Jeez.
Girl butts. Guys. Girl butts.
Everything goes automatically to gay with you two.
Locks eating ass on OnlyFans. But girl butts, guys.
But only girl butts.
Girl butts only.
All right, what's
Next story here. CES just happened. The Consumer Electronics Showcase
Yeah.
happens every year. It actually happened last week. It was happening while we were recording, but I wanted to see kind of how the week played out, see what was cool or interesting that kind of popped up. There was a couple interesting things that I saw. Let's see. Sony came out with a car, the Afeela. I think they're making this together with Honda. I think we mentioned that before. How
Oh, this
Honda
is the
was gonna
PS5
have
car. This is the PS5 car.
Yeah. So they're kind of like, maybe it'll have a PS5. I mean, it'll basically have it won't have like a PS5 like in a.
it would have the ability to hook one up in
No, it'll have the computer that powers the car is a PS5 equivalent computer or a PS5 itself. That's what's powering the car. Very similar to how Tesla has the computer inside of their car has a ton of video
Steam.
game card capacity. They use NVIDIA. I think, I don't know if they still use NVIDIA, but for a long time they were using the NVIDIA processor.
What? Tesla's had NVIDIA like graphics cards? They do currently?
I believe. I don't know if the latest ones do or now Tesla's making their own chips, but for a long time, the chip that powered the computer that did a lot of the machine learning processing on a Tesla was an NVIDIA processor. And so, so this is a very similar idea, but it's a full, this is Sony. Pretty much Honda's just making the car. Sony's designing the whole thing. And it doesn't look terrible. It looks kind of good. Like it looks kind of like a cross between like a Lucid Air and a Porsche. Like it's
sexy.
It doesn't look bad. It does have the same kind of yoke steering wheel. But it's got, all the cool shit on the inside. It says it's going to have like something like 48 cameras and sensors for autonomous driving. Could be interesting. We'll see what happens if it's still just, smoke and mirrors or if it'll ever, make its way. But they showed it on stage like it's a built car. They already created one.
Is it fully electric like Tesla style?
Yeah, fully electric car.
Damn. Did they give you like a price? Like a price point?
No, because they haven't,
Yeah,
they haven't
it's still
really-
just a concept.
it's still a concept. They're saying like this is what they're going to be. I think I mean I don't even know that they mentioned Honda on stage, but there's Honda already said that they're partnering with Sony to make their ultimate vehicle and whatnot. So everyone is pretty much assuming it's going to be this thing. I don't know if Honda's going to call their shit the Afeela because that's an interesting name. But anyways, moving on. Other cool shit that came out. HTC, who's had a pretty good handle on the VR, AR kind of goggle shit for a while, but it always was, their shit was like, I never really compared the HTC Vive stuff with like the Quest and the other Oculus, maybe like the first Oculus Rift, but once Quest and Quest 2 came out and now Quest Pro, right, they were like all standalone stuff. HTC Vive, you always had to plug it into a computer. HTC now dropped their own standalone headset, or at least they, introduced their own standalone headset, the Vive XR Elite. rolls right off the tongue there. That's their shit, and looks interesting. Again, challenging. What's the company called now? Meta, right?
Meta.
Yeah, Meta.
Meta's Oculus Pro. It's very similar to that Oculus Pro style where they use the pancake lenses, so it's a lot thinner of an actual headset. They got the battery on the back. Although you can detach the battery and just use like a battery bank in your pocket. So you're just wearing the headphones or the headset. It's lightweight, it's compact. It's got the pass-through cameras, so you can see all around you. And I think it's more of a bigger deal just because it's like a standalone headset, which is the first one that HTC has done.
It's about time.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what
It's still
companies
mad
come
dough
up with
though.
those.
It's like $10.99.
Damn.
So cheaper than the Meta, but more expensive than like a Pico.
I think that it's like headsets like that don't have the advantage because a lot of people that use it, Meta is more or has more options for like games and things like that. They make it easier because of the connections that they have. Whereas like maybe this one,
Well, the
would
Vive,
probably
I think,
be more beneficial to like more companies or people that can have things created for it.
yeah, definitely. I'm sure they'll have a big like enterprise push as well. But the Vive has, I think it's Vive or Vive. I don't know how you pronounce that, but they've been around for enough that in that computer gaming space, and the people that do a lot of like Steam games, and Steam VR, like they're very comfortable with Vive, and so that's what's built into on the Vive, I believe, is the Steam store, so that they can so you have access to all those Steam games.
Oh, then that's huge.
Fuck.
But yeah, I mean, I can't wait till these things get to the point where it's a little more affordable.
Yeah.
And again, Meta is only the top dog because they offer a version of it that is affordable.
Right.
Right.
Lower base tier.
Yeah. So can't wait till this whole thing gets to a point where us people who can't just afford to drop $1,000+ on a device can get our hands on it and have some fun.
Unless it's, unless they do, well, I don't know that, I don't know what these guys are doing. Cause like this shit is $10.99. The Meta Quest Pro is $14 or $15.99. The Pico is not as high quality, but it's pretty good, and I think it's $3.99 or I think it's much closer to like the Quest 2 prices. The Quest 3 should be coming out or be announced sometime this spring, and they'll that'll have some of the advantages, but probably not be as high end as the Quest Pro. And then of course there's all the rumors about the Manzana boys dropping some sort of XR, AR, VR goggles. I have absolutely no idea what's going on there, but if they do, that's going to be serious.
If they drop something, it's going to be affordable and it's going to be cutting edge. It will
affordable. What does affordable mean though? Because
I think they
the
would,
only reason I brought them
they
up,
would aim. I think they would aim to be for something like this. They would want to make it, in my opinion. Obviously, I don't know, but I'm just thinking of items that they've produced in the past, right? That were actually innovative and life changing. They made it to a point where it was affordable from your average person. Yeah, it would be probably a little bit higher than, I don't know.
But is it though? So that's why I say that. I challenge you a little bit on that. Is just because when you first brought it up, I was thinking, price wise, the phones that we all rock are $1,000 plus phones.
So my point is, I guess, even if it gets to that point, right, where it is in the range of $1,000, I think that, and again, I'm probably giving them too much credit here, but my assumption would be that they would figure out a way to make this thing a bigger part of your life than just, hey, play video games.
It's got to be a phone. It's got to be video chat.
It's got to be replacing
all that.
Numerous items to the point where you are now saying, oh, I'm going to figure out a way to drop this money. Whereas like right now for video games and like the Meta Pro, it does outline some ways that it could possibly make functionality at like work and things like that a little bit easier, but it's not really something where it's going to replace anything in my home, right?
Yeah.
And it'd probably be cool if I had it. I can probably figure out a way where it could possibly make my work life easier.
For that much money, you got to figure out something else to do with it, right? To make it worth it.
Whereas like they are already possibly thinking of ways like, hey, so when we release this, how can we make it sleeker? How can we make it a little bit more wearable on a day-to-day or something of that sorts? How can this possibly replace these items? Like you said, like if it replaces your phone,
sure. That's you're in.
Yeah,
we spend $1,000 on phones anyway. So that's not a big deal.
And also if it replaces your phone, and the phone companies are in on this. Oh, payments.
Got me a Verizon VR set.
Then 100%.
Yep.
I could see that.
So, yeah, and also they are more so focusing on the other headsets are tiptoeing on that line of VR, mainly VR, but tiptoeing on the line of AR, augmented reality.
Right.
And we've had that conversation before, right? So if they go all in on augmented reality that can transform into a VR, you know what I mean, at the drop of a hat, then it's like, oh,
yeah,
I want that then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can wear this.
No-brainer.
Johnny's glasses right there could easily, like he could be seen.
That would be dope. If I could rock glasses like this, and they would I'd be looking at like 3 different monitors or some shit right now. That'd be sick.
Yep.
Actually, I just saw like a YouTube video of some guy trying to use the Quest Pro as like a monitor thing, just the 3 monitors. And basically it was like, kind of cool in the house, not amazing, really awkward anywhere else. Let's see, what else was cool at CES though? There was BMW dropped a car that literally changes colors for you. Like the entire car,
I saw that,
is covered in ink panels, and you can just change the car color at any time. I don't know how bright these panels are. They're always under like show lights, so you see the glare. And so I'm like, I don't know if I want to be driving down the street with like a shit ton of displays, and I could just imagine like a fucking rock hits your car, and instead of getting a chip, you got a cracked display. Like that would fucking
Puts
suck.
out a light.
But the idea sounds very interesting.
Yeah, you could just change it with an app on your phone. You can change the colors around.
That's tight.
And it was obviously, these concepts are crazy on stage.
Yeah, these concept cars are wild.
So it was like the rims and the panels were all changing to the different colors that he was setting on his phone. It was cool. Sounds cool.
Yeah, very interesting. And then the last dope shit that we saw was at the world's great, according to them, allegedly, the world's greatest gentlemen's club, Sapphire. Even though when it comes to Vegas, I consider Spearmint Rhino the best. The best.
I've never been.
I'll check Yelp. I'll get
Yeah.
back to you guys.
Yeah.
Next Vegas trip for the fellas, we got to hit up Spearmint. I've never been more like just overwhelmed with the amount of like I've walked into strip clubs before where there's more than one stage, and even that's rare.
Sure.
Like typically there's only one stage, one person stripping. Occasionally you go to a strip club that might have like 3 people stripping at the same time, maybe even 4. Right. Spearmint Rhino was like, I was overwhelmed. There was just too many ladies on stage. There's stages everywhere. There's always like everywhere you turn.
Too many titties for you? Is that what you're saying? Is that what I'm hearing?
Just
Too
like,
many
which
titties
one
for
do
Johnny?
I
You
stop
can't
at
handle
and
them.
give my money to? Like I'm just trying to bless.
Triple T's.
Do they serve hot dogs
Total
or
titty
soup
overload.
there?
Only chowder.
Only it's like Manhattan clam chowder too. It's not even the New England. It's so gross.
But anyways, at Sapphire, the gentleman's club,
Sapphires.
they had a crazy ass experiment that they were not really experiment, just like kind of I guess an attention grabber, but a giant ass robot that acted as the bouncer to get into the strip club. Because again, it's CES, right? You got to try to attract nerds and geeks and all the tech obsessive folks that are there. And so, they had this giant like mech suit that apparently, I think you were saying like people can get into the suit.
Yeah,
and
it's
be the
like an Iron
bouncer
Man suit, bro. People can get into it and control that shit. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. It was like
Until you crush
9,000
someone
pounds,
accidentally.
13 feet tall, 18 feet wide. It kind of looks like it's like it reminds me a little bit about not Men in Black. What was it? West Side? No, the Wild Wild West. Remember the Wild Wild West? There was that spider mech robot that was going after them. That terrible ass Will Smith movie.
Oh, yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I do remember that movie. But you got to think, like, you're in the club, like, and you always see dudes that are fucking around in the strip club, like that robot bouncer comes over to you and seriously is like trying to toss your ass out. What the fuck are you gonna do, bro? That thing's 15 feet tall and just fucking iron. Like, I don't care. Any tough guy that's like, oh, I'll fight this fucking bouncer. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, fight that robot, bro. Like, I would kill to see some tough guy think that he's going to go at that robot and fuck it up or something crazy like that. Like, that would be amazing.
Dude, this thing is lifting cars. It looks more like the big robot from RoboCop that he was fighting.
Yes, that too. That's a good one. Yep.
Yeah, that like it's just shooting at people. Like this thing will accidentally murder you.
I mean, if you're fucking around, yeah.
I'm like, bro, I just got a little bit drunk. Like I tipped over. Hey, it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's for the dudes grabbing stripper titties and shit, getting wild.
I feel you. I'm just like, the way that this thing looks, like, I think this is more. I don't know. This thing is massive. Dude. Like, why would they use
why you're
that
not
on
fucking around.
some random ass dude at the like? I don't really know what the purpose of having this thing. The video I was just watching had the thing lifting a freaking car, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these drunk bros ain't shit.
To be fair, the purpose of grabbing it is to to promote the fucking strip club. So let's go to the strip club.
Let's go to Sapphires.
That's what it's really all about.
Yeah,
those chicks are bad too.
I know,
That's what they're stripping at that club, son. I've never seen a stripper that bad in any strip club I've ever been in, son. That's wild.
We need to take a trip to Toronto, my friend.
Shit. We need to go to Sapphires, dog.
I mean, you're going to be closer to. No, you won't.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, you'll be closer to Vegas than you are now.
Yeah, it's
for sure.
It's about a 5-hour drive, but
is it?
It's like a 45-minute flight. That's
Gotcha.
nothing, and they're probably $100, bro. We're going.
That's a trip. That's worth it.
I just gotta get to Dave, and then we'll figure out the rest.
And then we'll get wild.
Yeah.
Get tossed out of that club, literally.
As long as it's not by that.
No, it is going to be by that. We're
not
gonna
messing around.
punk it.
Not messing around with that thing.
That's exactly the thought. It's the most well-behaved strip club in the fucking world, son, because nobody's fucking with that.
Yeah, you're gonna look at those at those titties you just saw, and then you're gonna look at that thing. You be like,
They get me
I'm gonna
crazy.
chance
So
it.
I'm like,
You know
I'll grab
what?
a titty. I
They're not-
could outrun that
They're
thing.
not gonna use that on me.
How
This is gonna
fast
be a
could it be?
regular bouncer.
How fast could it be?
That's true. I don't know.
That's
the thing
true.
looked like it was going pretty.
Yeah,
fast.
it's got mad legs, spider style, just coming at you, son. Let's fuck all
that
that.
shit lifted a car
Yeah.
like it was nothing.
Like it was
okay.
nothing.
Okay.
Sapphires, though.
We're there.
We're there.
We're there. We're
Much
in
better
there.
than the place Johnny took us.
That's not his fault. That was COVID.
No, I know that was a great experience.
You can't go wrong.
I
with
wish we
one
would
of
have
the
went
at a
this
strip
last
club.
time.
Top 3 moments of my life.
Facts.
Day I graduated high school. The day I met my girlfriend. And almost eating that hot dog.
Oh man. All right. So, is that all you have?
No, one last story.
Okay.
And this one, this was a goodie just for my boy, Ale Joaquin. Apparently, there was a little bit of a interview this week with our friend Gabrielle Union, currently married to Dwayne Reid. She was on the podcast Armchair Expert with a boy Dax Shepard, friend of the pod.
That was on Dax Shepard's podcast?
I'm just gonna say he's a friend of the pod because I'm sure he would love our show. Yeah, she was on Dax, Armchair Expert, and she was talking about how she was married previously to a football player, Chris Howard. She divorced in 2006, and she felt like she was paying all the bills, so not a big deal that she was cheating. Mm-hmm. She was working her ass off, and she felt like that's what comes, the spoils of riches. Now, how you feel about Gabrielle Union being able to claim that because she was paying the bills, no big deal she was cheating on my man's Chris Howard?
So, yeah. Fuck all that shit that Gabrielle Union is talking about because if she were the housewife, right? That there are plenty of women who take that role, right? While the man is out working, doing what he has to do to provide for the family, she's raising the family. She is essentially telling them, even though it does happen, she is essentially letting people know, like, yeah, it's cool for them to cheat too, because they're the breadwinners,
Right.
and that's bullshit. Because if that's the case, why in the fuck are we giving these people half when they're when they're caught, being cheating on their significant others,
Yeah.
right? She was making the bread. Did he get half of what she? What she was
maybe.
earning?
Was
in
he
that?
allowed to clap other cheeks?
I
Or was
don't
it
know.
just her?
I think she was making more bread than him at the time. He only played a few years in the NFL, so he had bread,
League minimum.
not a ton. And then he retired and whatnot, and they split.
Which entitles my man to
I
some
don't know what the-
compensation.
I don't know
And
what the
now-
terms of their prenup, if they had one, were.
Right. Now she's getting out of pocket. She's talking mega trash because she's
I'm
with
sure Nia Long don't
what's his
agree
name?
with her
Dwight
after
Howard?
what happened with Ime Udoka, right?
Oh, who's she with?
She is with what's his name from Miami Heat?
Gabby Union is currently with Dwayne Wade. Yeah.
Dwayne Wade.
Oh,
There we
Dwayne
go.
Wade.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The fuck's Dwight Howard?
But that's my point. It's like, so if let's say there wasn't, and now she's just getting out of pocket talking mega shit. But it's like, yeah, it's messed up. It's I'm not if I'm the main breadwinner, I'm not allowed to cheat on my spouse because I would definitely risk losing half of everything in this situation, all because I was being selfish. She was being selfish, and she shouldn't be talking about it like it's okay. But she must be talking about it like they had a prenup, because depending on the state, I don't know, this is all in California, so she might be good. She might be in the clear. But if that's the case, she just admitted to cheating, and because she was the main breadwinner, my man he's entitled to some bread. During those years, she just said that during the years that we were together, she cheated on me because she was the main breadwinner and didn't see me as an equal in her eyes.
That's fucked up.
I'm just saying.
Let's see. All right, so looks like she said neither one of us felt like our marriage should get in the way of our dating. So kind of open.
Yeah, that sounds open to me.
And
Well, then don't say
she also
it like
said part of
like
it was
you,
keeping up with his activities. So he wasn't being the most faithful either.
Okay, so then she's trying to mask the fact that this quote unquote broke ass motherfucker was cheating on her.
Brokey.
This is brokey by, for you Tate fans out there. She's trying to mask the fact that she got cheated on by somebody that she was making more money than.
She's like, yeah, I was still making more money. It don't matter. I was fucking too.
She tried to say like, that's misleading as hell. Like, no, you got cheated on.
Right.
That justified you cheating on that man.
Exactly.
And let's just keep the facts straight.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you gonna cheat? Well, then I guess I'm gonna cheat too. And guess what?
Right,
I'm
that's
making
a
more
whole
money,
other
so
thing.
don't get mad at me.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing than saying, yeah, I felt justified to cheat because I was the main breadwinner, and those are the spoils of your riches. Like, what? No, fuck out of here. Like, oh, we all get a cheat card because we make more money than our spouses? Please.
What if this dude was just like, let's say he wasn't an NFL player, and it's not like he had a lot of bread. He didn't sign a major contract. He got league minimum for a few years tops. It's just a normal dude, has a normal job. He's at home. There's no kids. He's doing his thing, and she's out making millions and supporting the house, paying the bills. Like,
by what initially the snippet that Johnny had said.
That's what it sounded.
That's
like,
what
right?
she was.
That's
yeah,
right.
she's implying because his broke ass is at home, not doing anything. She's okay to just live her life however she wants.
But if that was the case, I feel like I would give that a little more leeway than an open relationship. And she's just like, yeah, we're cheating. I cheated. I make money. It's all
What
good.
do you mean? What do you mean you would give it more leeway?
I feel like I would give her more leeway to cheat if he was just, a normal dude at home, doing his
would
normal
give her
thing.
a better-
He doesn't have any bread. He's not paying any bills. He's basically mooching off her while she's doing movies, doing her thing, bringing in all the paper. Like, sure. Like, do what you got to do. Like, what is he going to do? Like, he could have left and, been okay in an apartment somewhere with league minimum salary. But like,
my man,
I don't know. It wasn't
you know
that.
what? The more I read into this, the more I think Gabby is like, I'll give her all the props. Do the cheating. I think what you said was fucked up. It don't matter how much money you was making. But apparently this fool proposed to her while snacking on a bucket of KFC chicken in one hand. And they had no prenup, so she was fucked.
Damn. Did it say was it extra crispy or original recipe?
Wait, but what does that matter though?
I like chicken. I'm sorry.
No. I'm not. I don't mean that. Like, what does it matter how he proposed and all that shit?
I just mean
He's a schlub.
it was basically a marriage that was doomed from the start. Like the fact my man didn't really give enough of a fuck to even
Get down on a
propose
knee.
properly. Like he was like he literally eating a bucket of chicken in one hand and a ring on the other hand. The next day she found out he might be cheating, and even at the wedding, the person that was doing the vows and shit was reading through 1 Corinthians and kept sighing dramatically and pausing to look at her like, are you getting this? Like, I don't think you understand. And they ended up, cheating or they ended up getting divorced because the both of them were cheating on each other a lot and dramatically. But the bigger deal here is that she did not have a prenup with homie. So that probably bit her in the ass, which is why she's saying
Freely
fuck
talking
it.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shitting on him.
Interesting.
I get it now.
No, I understand.
Do your thing, Gabby.
With every situation, there are exceptions. There are
Extenuating
certain things,
circumstances.
there are certain things in there that change the rule, but the initial
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a headline or whatnot.
It's
but it was
definitely, headline instigations. Because all the headlines basically say Gabrielle Union felt comfortable cheating on her husband because she paid all the bills.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. When that doesn't seem okay, so now that situation that you laid out makes more sense because I'm like, yo, just because she makes more money, that's okay. Like, fuck out of here. So then, by those standards, like, we make it big. We start getting in the millions, right? Our girls ain't, they may not keep up with that. So that's cool then? We could just do what we want then?
Right.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
No, yeah, we just some brokies,
We brokies.
There it is. Yeah. Would y'all smash a married Gabrielle Union though?
What?
Would y'all smash a married
If I
Gabrielle Union?
If I was
Am I married as well?
single, I came across I came across
single.
Gabrielle
She's
Union,
in the club and she's
married.
like, I'm married, but I don't give a fuck. She's like, you trying to get down?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Facts. What if you were like dating somebody, but it wasn't super serious, like 6 months?
Gabrielle Union?
Gabrielle Union. Word.
I consider it for
Enough
sure.
said. Enough said. Got you. Word.
I have to there's a lot in there, right?
We'll find out. I'm going to find out.
Were those a good 6 months that I want to see where this is going?
They were
Or
amazing. They were the best 6 months of your life.
Well, then, probably
but
not.
Gabrielle's in the club and she's like, yo, walk. She's looking fine as hell.
Then probably not. Probably not. Because, if you're really feeling like it's that amazing.
But I mean, how often you get to
But
bang
if you don't
Gabrielle
care
Union,
but if you don't care what comes from, like if we get, it's Gabrielle Union. So
she's going to
first of all-
bounce, son. She's gone. It
No,
don't
no,
even
no, no,
fucking
no,
matter.
That's not what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about you have to assume that you may be caught in the limelight somehow with Gabrielle Union because this is
okay.
Gabrielle Union. So like if that does happen, I'm not saying that it will.
Oh, so then you're
but
on
if
TMZ with Gabrielle Union. You know how much ass that's going to pull in for you?
I'm just
that?
saying, my point is
Son.
is that girl that you've been
You don't get
chilling with for 6 months, if that comes to light, do you care what happens moving forward? And that determines whether it's yes or no.
I feel like you're still going to be all right. You're on a Pete Davidson path after that. Once you smash Gabrielle Union, it's just up from there. You got to keep climbing, son. That's it.
No, he's right. He's right. He's right.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
facts.
Oh my God.
I know.
I didn't see it that clearly.
And now you do.
And now I do. Fucking Gabrielle Union, bro.
The word. We both fucking. We both fucking.
Wait.
Her. Girl boobs. Girl boobs. Girl ass. Girl pussy.
Oh man.
God.
We both fucking. Her.
Oh man. Her. Oh, that was great. Is that all you had, John?
That is it.
All right. Hollywood. Oh, it's Hollywood with Wok.
Is that a thing now? Is that what
No,
we're
it's
doing?
not. It's
Okay.
not. All right. So a few things happened over the past week in Hollywood. One of the things that that has been coming out, I thought I would never see in a million years.
Oh.
But the Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, has been seen in a rather negative light by fans recently. So
Stop it.
the whole debacle that happened with DC and him not wanting to show up as or as Black Adam in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, the sequel, in a end credit scene or anything like that, because he was just too good for that. He did not feel like he wanted to lower himself to that and would only want to fight the best.
Yeah, the big
So
boys. He wanted
the
to play
big
with the
boys.
big
He wanted
boys.
to play with the big boys. You know, a lot of that. I still wouldn't go as far as saying like he's a complete asshole.
No,
but definitely it's just like you can tell that his ego is pretty huge. When it comes to his work. One of the more recent stories that came out in all of that was the fact that apparently he had secret meetings with the DC heads to go over certain people's heads in order to, pitch the whole Black Adam Superman thing. And he went over the heads of producers and went and met with the big people over at WB, which infuriated producers and people that, he was supposed to be working
Rightfully
with on
so.
this film. Also, the fact that he had to, have his tequila, he had to have his tequila in the theaters for, I think it was for Super Pets.
at the opening.
It was either
At the
Super
opening.
Pets or Black
Was it Black Adam?
Opening.
Yeah, it
One
was
of
for
the
Black
two.
Adam.
Oh, well, okay. It was the
But
tequila.
still a PG-13 movie where
Yeah.
you're probably not of drinking age if you're there seeing it. So like it was still, I feel like, inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, it was the
it was the
he is
premiere,
just
right? There's no 13-year-olds going to see the premiere.
No, it really
right?
just.
You never know.
Yeah. It's at the premiere, but still, it's just like he's just at the end of the day, he is all about promotion. He is all about getting his name out there, his brands pushed. I wanted to say that he even there was something else where he pushed a deal. Oh no, it was Super Pets. He wanted that's what happened with Super Pets. He also pushed to be a producer on Super Pets, yet had zero involvement with making that film other than his voice contribution as an actor. So there are a lot of rumblings like that are starting to come forward. And when that starts happening, you just start hearing more and more of stories like this, and then that that starts to tumble, and what's that like they do with the snowball and down the hill. It just gets bigger as it goes. Hopefully, I don't know, but now it kind of makes it seem like, okay, so the feud he had with Vin Diesel and all of that,
Right.
all of that makes more sense.
Maybe there was some truth to it that we
Yeah.
didn't know about. Yeah.
Egos clashing because we know Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, the big shot
Another tough
in
guy.
that franchise. Yeah, another tough guy. And they are butting heads because maybe The Rock felt like, well, now I'm the one who's going to take this over. You know what I mean?
I mean, anytime you attempt a coup and it fails, you look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Regardless. So like that's not a good look to go above, whoever you're working with, whoever's producing, and there's proper channels to do what you want to do. And it doesn't sound like he did that. So like Yeah, that's a dick move. Like
Yeah.
we love The Rock. You know, I've drank his tequila. I follow his Instagram. He's always, you know, doing nice shit, buying people trucks and buying 1,000 Snickers from a store that he stole from. Like he seemed like a good dude, and I'm not saying that he's not, but right now he looks like an asshole based on everything that they're saying. And fuck, like that's, you know,
I thought I would
happens.
never see it. I thought I would never see it.
for sure.
But it makes sense, man. A lot of these businessmen behind the scenes have to be aggressive in very specific ways. Like the pushing of the alcohol at the premiere, although, you know, it's
that's
odd,
a business
whatever.
move.
But
I see it.
Yeah, that's more of a business move.
Sure.
I won't judge him for that.
Get your brand out there.
But it's still, I don't personally, I hope that this is the, like, where we see this end.
But even like,
I don't know.
Deadpool was a rated R movie where they like pushing aviation gin at that shit. I don't know.
Yeah, probably not.
Is that a normal thing? Like, because I've never been to a movie premiere. Like, do they have these specialty alcohol bars, or is that fucking weird?
Sure, they
like,
have bars.
I don't know.
I'm sure they have bars, but
Sure.
whether or not, like, you know, that whole like I'm involved with the alcohol business,
Right.
can we make sure that it gets primary spot and on the red carpet? I don't know how typical that is.
Yeah. The Breaking Bad El Dorado movie where Walt and Jesse there with their mezcal brand. Like, I get it.
That's right.
Is that a normal thing? Probably not. So maybe he looks a little overzealous, but I mean, I feel like that's The Rock. Like he goes big on everything he does.
Yeah.
So maybe he just was, you know,
I'm not that
trying
mad
to think
at that
big
part.
and he
I'm
fucked
more
up.
upset about all the, you know, going around people. I hate anyone that goes around people. Like the only reason
Even at your
to
job.
go around people is if you're getting roadblocked. Like if you've already been stopped and said, no, this isn't going to happen, then you go around people because you believe so passionately in this project that you're going to go straight to the top. Then I'm not going to be too mad at your zeal for the project. The people that you went around, I'm sure, are going to be upset because they already told you, nah, this is a no-go, and now you don't believe them. I can't be too mad at your zeal because sometimes that shit ends up working out. But it doesn't seem like he even tried to deal with, you know, the typical folks, and he just went straight to the top because he thinks he's the man. And that's where I'm like, slow your roll, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, we don't know the back end of any of these stories.
The full
but
saga.
I would agree with you. It's just that partnered with the fact that he felt he was too big to be a part of Shazam, where, you know, this is a direct villain of Shazam, and now you don't want to be in Shazam because you feel like it's not a big of a character or a movie for you.
And oddly enough, Shazam was one of the best movies in the entire DC universe. So like that's what I find even more funny is that he thinks like Black Adam was better than Shazam.
Yeah, and it definitely was not. I'm looking forward to that sequel. I want to see that.
Y'all put me onto that. I slept on Shazam for a minute.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to the sequel. I hope to be pleasantly surprised, but I feel like the only reason Shazam was good is because I didn't think it was going to be
Never heard of it.
I mean, I had heard of it. I didn't think it was going to be any good. I thought it was going to be another shitty DC movie. The fact that it was still tied to the DCEU, I was like, I'm not a huge fan of the DCEU. And it was also low budget and freaking what is it, Zach Levine? Is that his name?
Zachary Levy.
Levy, yeah. I was just like, why are we bringing this dude back from freaking, what was that NBC show that he was on?
Yeah, he had that show there. Yeah. I don't remember what it was called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
First person name, I can't remember, but either way, I was just kind of like, what is this? Like, and then it ended up being good. So that's why, you know, that's why I enjoy Shazam, is because like you didn't really think it was gonna be good, it ended up being good. Now you're gonna follow up with a sophomore flick.
Now we got expectations.
Now we got expectations, and I'm betting they're not gonna live up to expectations. But you never know. You never know. It might turn out great. As long as it doesn't turn
Chuck.
out.
Yeah, it's
Chuck.
fucking Chuck.
Yeah, that's what it was. As long as it
knew it
doesn't
was a
turn out the
stupid
way Black Adam did, then I'm good.
I thought it was good. I'm looking forward to it because I did like his presence in that. I thought he did well. The comedy in it was good.
Yeah.
And I also think that if it was that bad, it probably would have gotten the chop.
I'm going to make a prediction. I think it's going to be in the same vein as Deadpool 2 compared to Deadpool 1, where like it still has that vibe. We're still fucking with it. But if you ask anybody,
Probably
like, yeah,
not as good,
Deadpool
yeah.
1 was fucking like that was the best.
Agreed.
Yeah,
For
that was
sure.
the best.
I'm with you right there.
And that's best case scenario though. Like it's
That's
not,
not
I
bad.
don't think it's going to blow anybody out of the water.
That's not bad.
No,
Deadpool
not
2
at all.
is still fucked, right? So Shazam 2 can still fuck. But it ain't going to fuck as hard as the first one.
Right, exactly. That's all we can hope for.
I'm betting a lot on the fact that that there's still the fact that it's still in play says something.
After all these chops.
Agreed. Yeah,
and
yeah,
Catwoman
yeah.
or Batgirl, whatever the fuck got chopped.
And now I think also because it's remained where we are or where it is, I think also these movies, Gunn is probably going in and making small changes to make sure that it's at least
Think so?
that it's not horrible.
You think he's
I don't know.
micromanaging like that on that
I
level?
don't
where
think
he's
so.
Going
I think
into movies that
I-
are already shot and probably filmed and done, ready to go.
I don't know.
We'll
There's
see.
these release dates are, especially for like the Flash, they got pushed back for a reason.
It's true.
You know,
I was
So-
just for Ezra to get help. And there goes.
possibly, yeah, for sure at that time.
Definitely
but,
part of it, yeah.
I don't know. I think that the ones that remain, there's still something that's making sure, because you don't want to further to keep that bad taste in people's mouth any further
Right.
than it has to be. You know, there's already a bad taste when it comes to DC movies. I think that I don't know.
He's going to wash it.
Yeah,
Wash
And
it away.
I think he's gonna do as much as make small changes, but like I think this could be changed, and if that's changed, I think this is great. But whatever, we'll see soon enough. All right, so now we're hitting the rumor mill, MCU rumor mill.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now you got my attention.
Hold on. What in the rumor mill does this concern?
Ah,
'Cause I'm not trying to hear no
not
Ant-Man
Ant-Man.
Quantumania shit.
No.
I will gladly
This is-
silence myself and go on mute if that's what we're going to talk, because I don't mind.
No, this is a casting rumor mill.
Okay. All right.
Not
Just wanted to
for
make sure.
for
no
Ant-Man.
Quantumania spoilers
Just
here.
wanted to make sure. I don't mind talking about
By the way-
Quantumania. I'll just, mute myself.
No, yeah, that's fine. By the way, I did end up watching that trailer. And
Pussy. Of
course
whatever.
you did.
No, I said I was gonna watch
No,
it.
I know. I was fucking-
Yeah.
Because literally everything that I've opened up has had a
had it.
screenshot of the trailer.
Yeah.
Has
Multiple
had
screenshots. I've
things.
had like 4 screenshots side by. Yep.
And-
I've
I've
seen
been
it.
ducking and dodging.
Yeah, and honestly, the screenshot or the things in that trailer weren't anything crazy that I hadn't seen before from like the
New
San
Rockstars
Diego
breakdowns.
Yeah,
or
breakdowns.
anything,
The San
Theories,
Diego
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con trailer that they released where we they showed, I think it's a lot of those scenes, but it wasn't that exact trailer. I think it's stuff that has been shown before, just not to everyone. So I thought it was all right. But anyway, the rumor that I'm presenting here is the rumor that Marvel is reportedly eyeing Adam Driver for the role of Reed Richards in the MCU. How do you feel about Adam Driver being Reed Richards. I don't think it's a bad pick. I still like the visually. I still like the dude from You. I think he makes more of he gives me that Reed Richards vibe. You know, maybe it's because of his like the fact that he's like slim.
Yeah.
I can hear the smart dialogue coming from him. Adam Driver, same type of actor where you can hear that smart dialogue coming from him as well.
Badgley.
But his build just seems to be.
I'm not a massive Adam Driver fan. He's okay. I don't hate him or anything like that. Like, I don't have anything against him. He doesn't do it for me when I see that he's going to be in something. And Marvel's different, of course. MCU is way different. But, like, I don't see Adam Driver think, oh, my God, this new Adam Driver. Like, I can't even tell, like, Star Wars. Like, that's probably the only Adam Driver movie that I could think of that I've seen. Yeah. At some point, like I know he has a very dramatic chops, and the bit with him and Scarlett Johansson arguing and whatever the fuck that was. I've seen that countless times on like TikTok and Instagram, but like that doesn't really do a whole lot for me. No,
I don't hate this casting, but I'm also not fully on board with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm indifferent. Like it's not anything I'm going to salivate
doing it
over.
For me, for Reed Richards, I'm kind of there with Dave where I like Adam Driver. I don't know. Sometimes he takes on some roles where I'm just like, that was unnecessary. Like, why'd you do that? There's others. He's a great dramatic actor. I'll say that. That's where I'd put it. I'd say he's a really great dramatic actor, and in a lot of those flicks, he does like extremely well. And then he takes these like Star Wars roles, and you're just like, or even I don't know. I think he did well in Black Klansman, and how that played out. The Last Duel was one that I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that could have been anybody. I don't think he added that much to it. That I was that enticed by him. I think he does.
He didn't
really
give
great.
the Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator role. He didn't give that performance.
No, definitely not. And so yeah, I don't know. I'm not like terribly mad at him, but at the same time,
yeah.
And I did see him. I forgot. I did see him on I think it was Broadway or off Broadway, but I saw him. It must have been Broadway if it had Adam Driver and what's that Australian Nicole Kidman. It was the two of them, and he did an amazing job. Like again, that was probably one of the highlights of me living in the city was getting to see a play like that. Very similar concept to the Marriage Story movie. So a lot of great dramatic acting, but again, it's drama, right? Like seeing him as Reed Richards in a Marvel flick. I don't know how much drama are they going to put into Fantastic Four.
And this is the MCU. Like I get nervous now. When even if they did hire a dramatic actor like that, like they had Christian Bale, and what did they do? Yeah, they gave him fucking 6 scenes that were 50. Like he barely had any dialogue. Like I feel like he was severely underused, and like
true,
obviously
very
he
true.
has the dramatic chops. They could have done so much with that character, and I feel like he got the shaft a little bit, dude. Like obviously it's still fucked. Like I fuck with what he did and what they gave him. Like that wasn't on him. I don't think. Like. What are they going to do with Adam Driver? Like, oh, yeah, I know you got chops, but just say these stupid lines and we're going to cut this into some fucking FX and it's going to fuck.
I mean, Reed Richards is more of a staple than Gore the God Butcher. You know what I mean? So he's going to have more than that. I think really what they're banking on is someone who gives that presence of literally being the smartest man in the world or in the universe kind of thing. And I think he can bring it. I think he can bring that. But like, I'd agree with you.
But Penn Badgley would just fucking kill that role, bro. It would be, he's so good. I love him. I love him so much. So it's like I said, it's not like I hate Adam Driver. I really love Penn Badgley, so that would be.
And honestly, this is a rumor that's going around, but Penn Badgley, I think
he has a smugness to him, and I feel like Reed Richards has that smugness to him because he's the smartest fucking. How are you gonna not be smug when you're the smartest man in the fucking world?
He does, and I was talking to Danny about this a little bit, and he made a good point of the fact that the MCU likes to, although they do like to bring in stars, they like to bring in, for these bigger roles, they like to bring in people who are lesser known. And I think Penn Badgley, even though he's famous for You,
he's not that.
He's not that
right?
famous.
Yeah.
He's not on the same, he's not like an A-list actor.
Right. He's not a Christian Bale.
Right. So, and usually a Christian Bale or those type of actors are
one
in
movie,
smaller roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. These bigger roles go to someone who is unknown
and has the time.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep going with it if they need.
Right, exactly. So,
Word.
well,
I like that.
I don't know, but just the simple fact that the rumors are going around with Adam Driver in this role, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit more of a major character than another pretty dramatic actor that was in Marvel. Actually nominated for a Golden Globe tonight. We'll see if she ends up picking up the win. But Angela Bassett, right? Angela Bassett is the first actor in a Marvel movie to be nominated for anything really big. So that's, I think, anything at all, really. I don't know. It's saying the first person to be nominated for acting in a Marvel film. Very dramatic actor, played a dramatic role in Wakanda Forever
that role.
and killed it. Absolutely. So, kudos to her. Hope she wins it. I feel like Reed Richards is a little bit more of a major character than a supporting character. But again, it also depends on how they play the story of the Fantastic Four. Maybe he ends up just being the supporting character and the story centers around Johnny Storm more than Reed Richards for some reason.
Yeah. Either way, they're
I agree with you.
in.
I think Penn Badgley would be the best so far that we've seen.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Although he's a
We'll
little
find out
short,
soon
right?
enough. What'd you say?
Is he a little short? I feel like he's shorter than.
Yeah, I don't think Penn Badgley is that tall. Maybe 5'10", maybe, I would say, if I had to guess.
Let's see.
Penn Badgley height.
Penn Badgley height. He's 5'9".
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's a little lower on that.
Yeah.
I feel like Reed Richards would be a bit of a taller 6'2".
Ooh, that is pretty tall. That's
so?
Yeah.
I mean, he could stretch himself to be how tall he wants.
Very
to be,
true.
Johnny.
Very true.
That's fucked up.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they just use CGI and make him tall the whole time because he's like, I always felt like I was short, and now I get to be tall because I can stretch myself out.
How tall is Adam Driver?
Reed Richards is
He's a tall dude.
6'1".
Oh, and Adam Driver height is 6'2".
Oh yeah, okay.
Closer to 6'3".
More in line.
Closer to 6'3". But I don't know.
Nice.
I still like the Penn Badgley.
Yeah, I like that.
I hope that
I like that call.
that casting is. I hope that's real. And if not, let's keep John Krasinski.
There we go. Now you're talking. That's my dude.
Sure.
Yeah,
Love me some Krasinski. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't be mad at that either.
I'd be thrilled, honestly.
I wouldn't be mad.
Johnny.
I didn't love his performance in Doctor Strange.
Krasinski
so.
said, and this could just be bullshit, that there was no other talks. There was nothing. That was that.
That was it.
That was it.
That's what I
Just
heard from.
fan service.
Yeah.
But
Which
he
bums me out,
also
'cause I
said
was
that he
pumped.
was never doing it, and he wasn't even involved in Doctor Strange. So who could believe anything
true.
he says about
That's true.
it? By the way, not to tangent, but that is what we do. I'm on episode 5 or 6 now of Jack Ryan, and while I'm absolutely fucking loving this season, I do have one qualm that I was gonna send y'all a text about this, and I just never got around to it. So fuck it, I might as well bring it up now. There's one thing about this season that I really wish they would change. I don't know your guys' thoughts on this, but I don't like the fact that the Russians are speaking in English to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's 100%. Anything. A lot of shit does that, dude. Old Roman gladiator shit, they're speaking fucking posh English, dude. Like, yeah, that takes you out of anything. That's why Inglourious Bastards fucked, because everybody spoke what they were supposed to, and we read the subtitles like we were supposed to.
Yeah.
I am 100% on board. Anytime. Chernobyl, same thing. If you watch Chernobyl,
Yeah.
the craziest Russian incident maybe of all time, and they're speaking fucking English. Like it,
Yeah.
that one thing took me out of that, and that'll take me out of anything that I'm watching if it's not the native tongue. Because, like, you know, we fuck with subtitles. It's not
100%.
That's not a big deal.
Like if they're talking to an American or a British person and another counterpart, sure, talk in English with your Russian accent, no problem with that. But when, like, even in like the flashbacks, like you're in
From the
1960,
Yeah.
and they're talking English to each other with Russian accents, it's just this like. They could have made this feel a lot better if they would have just done the full Russian.
Mm-hmm.
See, another thing that they do in Emily in Paris that's not being done on this other awesome show. You know, because even in Emily in Paris, when the French people are by themselves, not around the American, they're speaking in French.
That goes to show the quality of the production value on that show. Someone was like, listen, why would these two French assholes be speaking English if they're talking to each other?
Exactly.
And that tracks that 100% will take me out of anything I'm watching.
That's one of the reasons.
Couldn't agree more.
I really love the Apple TV show Acapulco is because they're like real Mexicans talking real Mexican Spanish whenever they're by themselves. And then whenever they're around the Americans or they're, you know, at the hotel working where they have to speak English, then they talk in English, and they have really good English accents as well. But that, you know, back and forth, that's another thing. I love the authenticity in a flick or a series. That's the only thing that's fucking me up with the Jack Ryan shit. I wish they didn't pull that bullshit. I feel like they didn't do that. So I feel like they spoke more Spanish last season in the Venezuelan kind of based episode. I feel like they spoke a lot more Spanish in between each other and used subtitles.
An anti-Russian sentiment
maybe
type of thing.
Or maybe these actors aren't actually Russian and don't know how to speak it properly.
No, the majority of I looked this up because like that bugged me. I wanted to see if, you know, the main dude there, you know, that's helping them out, if he was Russian.
Yeah.
And he's not Russian, bro. Nobody in that fucking show is hardly Russian. Like, well, maybe they have a Russian last name, but they were, you know, from Brooklyn or some shit.
Oh, well, then that makes sense. That's why.
Except the president, like the president and some of like the Russian government, a lot of those dudes are actually Russian, and they still make them speak in the English accent with, you know, with the Russian twang on it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Only Russians can play Russians on TV. Unless you want to get canceled. Don't be putting no Czech dudes playing Russian roles, man.
Good tangent.
All right. Let's keep this going so we can get out of here at a decent time. Hopefully, you know, it's always hopeful, but, you know, never promise.
I don't even worry about that anymore.
All right. So next up, I remember a while back, we heard that one of the major showrunners from House of Dragon dropped out. And we wondered, we were talking about like, oh, well, damn, what does that mean? Like, where, you know, will the next season be good? And, you know, but I guess it has come to light as to why they dropped out. And these people, man, are just petty little.
It was because they spoke actual High Valyrian instead of English, isn't it?
No, it's not even that, dude. Worse than that, in my opinion. House of Dragon showrunner quit because HBO wouldn't hire his wife.
Fuck that skank.
Wow. To do what?
Drops out as being the showrunner of what is now one of their highest shows.
I mean, that's
what
all
was
they
she
fucking
supposed to
canceled
do?
everything else. What the fuck else do they have?
Right.
What did he
That
want
is-
them to hire her for?
Yeah, right. Like an acting role or
I
like a
believe
key
so.
grip or what was she?
And her involvement says, according to the report, showrunner Miguel abruptly
Sapochnik,
left
yeah.
House of Dragon when his wife Alexis Rabin and her involvement as a producer on the show caused clashes. So he wanted her to be hired as a producer on the show, and HBO said no. So then he ended up bouncing.
Bye. I mean, if the next season blows,
We'll know why.
Damn, Miguel, come on back. She can be whatever the fuck she wants.
He's now I'm even more concerned.
Right.
I think he did some of the best episodes of Game of Thrones. So for his involvement not to be there for House of Dragon season 2, unless she was just being a bitch,
Right.
She was
Maybe
being
she
a
was
Karen
cunty,
for everything,
And they're
it
just
was
like, no, we don't want that toxic ass bitch in here.
right.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's the story you built up in your mind.
That's the story I'm
I
gonna
fuck
tell
with it.
myself
I like
until
it.
the season 2 airs. And
I like
we
it.
see
I hope
what's
so.
up.
We won't know. Unless it really turns into a thing, we won't know
And I
the
feel like
actual
they
reasoning.
probably map all that shit out anyway before it happens. Like, I doubt there's any story points that aren't going to happen or anything because she's not there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
don't know.
the
I don't
art
know.
direction or, the set composition will be different. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean, how much can you care about a project, though, if just because they won't make your wife a producer, you fucking leave?
That's true.
Like,
well, I mean, it's
that makes
also
me a
like my
little
man has been
nervous.
involved since the Game of Thrones days, right? So like, he's kind of tired and over this story. He's
Right.
been involved since like, I don't know if it was season 1, but I think like maybe season 2 or 3, he's been doing
Early
shit.
on.
So, he might be just be tired. It was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
shit. If you're not gonna bring
now
her
I got an
on,
out.
Or
then I'm out.
Or-
like I don't even need this shit. I made mad money off of this shit already.
Right.
or that producer role paid a good amount, right? And he was getting paid much more than his wife, which now by Gabrielle Union's, by her logic,
She thought he'd be clapping
he's
other
entitled.
cheeks.
Yeah, he's entitled. So maybe it pushed,
He was clapping.
maybe
Khaleesi
that was causing friction in the home. It's just like, yo, if you don't hire her, then I can't be clapping cheeks out here, or she's gonna be clapping other cheeks,
Dragon cheeks.
getting her cheeks clapped by somebody else because she
Dothraki.
needs that money. She
Right.
needs that money.
They're
I wonder
running
what she's
train
doing.
on her.
I wonder what they're both doing.
Clapping cheeks.
Clapping cheeks. That's all everyone's ever doing.
Oh man, that's all everyone is ever doing in Dave's little mind
Everyone's fucking all
as
the
he's
time. I
driving
told you
by their
this.
house.
Yes. Everybody fucking.
Nice. All right. So, what else do I have here? Okay. So, it looks like WB executives are now open to keeping Ezra Miller as the Flash. That is because they've gotten help and have I know.
Very impressive. It's been so long since we've talked about Ezra, and you still were on that side.
I'm
Props.
just trying
Props.
to be, do my thing.
Ah,
here.
word.
Right. So, because they've gotten help and things seem to be rolling in a positive way, they're open to keeping Ezra Miller as the Flash, which is, I think really that's banking on the success of Flashpoint.
100%.
Yeah, if that movie is as good as they're making it out to be,
Right.
they would have no choice but to keep Ezra as the Flash.
Out of curiosity, what did they compare it to?
Compare what?
Flashpoint.
Oh, the Dark Knight.
Oh, the Dark Knight. Huh?
The Dark
We
Knight.
think we got another Dark Knight here.
That's
Who was it that
that's
said that?
ballsy.
That was some article. Yeah, there was a bunch of
That's
No, they're
ballsy.
Was that the
I mean, that's a
exact same?
quote.
Yeah.
That's a quote from a
That-
producer.
yeah, that's
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
That's a legit quote.
That's
That was-
ballsy.
That's been thrown around. Yeah.
Those
Dark
are
Knight.
really big words.
But then
Those are
again,
really big words.
nobody really thought a Dark Knight was going to be a Dark Knight before it came out, right? So
No, absolutely not. Even after Batman Begins, we're like, oh, cool, another Batman movie. This should be pretty sweet.
I
Right? This
remember
would be a
when
good time.
Batman
And then we
Begins
were
came
fucking
out and like
blown.
people really panned it. Like they were like, "Oh, this slow ass boring movie." Apparently, it's even like it says Batman in the title, but like you don't even see Batman till like the end of the movie. Like I don't even understand. And I was like, I mean, it's called Batman Begins. So I think it's an origin story, right? Like I get that he doesn't show up to the end, but I guess it was just too slow for a lot of people. So there was not a ton of expectation for Dark Knight when it first came out, just because Batman Begins was so.
I remember
like,
being hyped for it because I am exactly how I am now with looking up stuff for this, and I remember the castings.
yes,
Like when they were looking for
Nerds were hyped.
Jokers.
I'm talking general public.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember the hype around it, and yeah, I still didn't really have very high expectations because I was hoping for Adrian Brody.
I remember that. Yeah,
He was at the time he was rumored to
I do
be
remember
the
that.
Joker.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, he has like the build, and I'm thinking of Joker from comics and I'm like, he has the
especially
build,
from
he
like
has
the
big
'90s
smile, like
cartoon.
oh, that would.
He looked like the '90s
Yeah.
cartoon Joker.
Yeah. The nose.
Right.
He's got the nose.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, he was, and then when they picked Heath Ledger, I was like, oh, what the
What?
like,
10
what?
things I hate about you?
Yeah, like,
fuck?
that's such an odd, but okay, all right. And then I started seeing the makeup being done. I was like, oh. And then when they started coming out with the posters, like, oh.
I'm
So
about to
but
have this motherfucker tattooed all over my
I think
body.
I think everything surrounding and this in no way is me saying that I'm going to hold movie-
Flashpoint to the Dark Knight.
to the
standard.
Dark Knight.
That's fair.
But there are some good points to what's going on. Flashpoint, the story in itself is crazy.
yeah.
The story arc, so that has that going for it.
Yep.
Apparently, this uses new technology for having for using the same actor in the scene.
Okay.
In one scene,
Like
multiple, yeah,
Bunch
because
of
like
Ezras.
because it's gonna be a bunch of Ezras and different flashes and stuff like
Okay.
that. And apparently they're using new technology for this.
So it's gonna look
Michael
a little more
Keaton coming back
realistic.
as
Yeah, that's true too.
Bruce Wayne, like
Yeah.
that has that going for it.
Is he gonna like flash back to the old Tim
He's
Burton
gonna- he's gonna-
Batcave and
he's
like
gonna
be like,
jump to
hey,
a-
what the fuck are you doing?
He's gonna jump to a world where, yeah, like it's gonna
crazy.
be the Tim
That's
Burton
crazy.
Batman, and there's gonna be a Flash there, and like that world continued from the last time we remembered it. So, right,
I want to say, are we gonna see that world? Are we gonna see like a Tim Burton Gotham?
I don't think it's gonna be to that extent, but who knows?
Maybe.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
production is.
CGI
Yeah, maybe.
style. It'll probably be some artist's attempt to recreate
Yeah,
Tim Burton
sure.
universe.
Because I mean, he's not involved at all.
They unveiled his car and everything like in the trailer already,
Yeah.
and so much stuff. So it has a lot of potential. And again,
In the trailer,
I think
there was a trailer.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
there's a like a full
Yeah,
like
there was
2
a
minute and 30-second trailer.
there was a Flash trailer.
Really?
A Flashpoint trailer?
I feel like I would have seen that.
I saw
What
one
am I
recently.
thinking? What am I thinking of? Why is this not bringing back any
Are you sure it was legit?
Flashpoint? It wasn't a fan
And it
made.
wasn't a fan.
I don't know. Everything looked legit to me.
I don't remember a trailer dropping for that. I feel like that would have been huge. Or maybe I'm just sleeping on it. Could be me. Could be me.
I saw one recently, and it has been dropped. Let me see. This man loves to watch it.
Gotta mute that shit, son.
Maybe I did see this before. And now that I see it again, I'm not that hyped for it.
So it's more like Batman
Like,
Begins.
it doesn't look that... I can't believe this is going to be the next Dark Knight. This looks like Aquaman.
Ooh.
Hold on. Okay, so now you're saying this stuff. Let's take a quick.
Wow, I forgot
Pause.
this existed. This came out in 2021.
Hold on. Let's take a quick pause. Let's let Dave watch it, and then we can give some rebuttal to what it is you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with what you just said.
Yeah,
That looked pretty tight.
I think it looks dope. It
looks
is a
dope.
teaser.
That was
It
such
don't
a teaser.
look
That was
like-
a bitch ass teaser.
Fucking crazy.
No, it doesn't look like
I
Dark
mean,
Knight. Like
It
that's
don't look
not
like no
fucking-
Dark Knight story. Like,
Nah.
I haven't seen anything
We don't
that's
know,
gonna
though.
match up to the craziness of the Joker. Like, the quality looks like CW plus. The filming
God, you
style. The filming style looks like all the other DCEU movies. Like it CW
yeah,
plus.
that's
Like, that's how I figured. That's how I feel like Justice League. It feels like a Justice League movie. Like a Batman vs Superman. The filming, it looks almost exactly the same. Maybe some people think that's how, I don't know. Marvel movies, I think, are a little brighter. These are darker, but the same like look. I don't know. I'm not that hyped. That's all.
I'm also a fan of the director. So
Who's the
I
director?
loved he directed the 2 It movies, the more recent It movies. I liked what he did with those movies.
I don't know
and
his
I'm
name,
hopeful.
but he directed the.
I don't
2
know. Hold on, you guys. Now you're being silly.
Now we're silly.
Yeah,
Andy Muschietti.
Andy Machete.
Andy
I
Muschietti.
don't know who that is.
I don't know him.
Yeah.
Muschietti.
Muschietti.
I don't know him. He did It, Mama, and Mama.
Mama and
It,
Mama.
Mama. And
Literally,
Mama.
there's
Okay.
Mama and Mama.
Um,
And then he did the 2 It movies. That's all he's ever done.
yeah, the 2.
But he got a Dark Knight coming, y'all.
He
Don't
got a
worry.
Dark Knight.
Who knows?
We'll see. I mean, I'm not.
I don't think it's a Dark Knight.
No.
What is
nobody
funny
thinks
though?
it's
What are
gonna
you
be
dying
better than
laughing at
BVS.
right now?
I honestly
Like, what's
don't
the?
What is he dying laughing at right now?
I
It
have
was
no
something
idea.
Johnny said.
What's the like the threshold here for like a good DC movie? Like, what's a besides the Nolan franchise? Because it's fucked up that they even
I am not.
dared say Dark Knight.
I am pretty much as long as it's better than anything that's come out in the past fucking few years from fucking DC.
Like the
I don't
past
think
10
it's
years?
The bar is very
Like,
low.
so that's what I'm saying.
the
very
bar
low
is
bar.
pretty low.
So what's
I
the
do
bar?
not
Is
think,
it
I
Man
think
of
this,
Steel?
whoever is comparing this, saying that they have a Dark Knight on their hands.
I'm
I think
saying,
they're-
like,
they're-
So what's the
tripping.
best DC movie that it needs to surpass? I mean, obviously, again, I don't think it's going to be Dark Knight. But
Man of Steel.
like Man of Steel, is that the bar?
I would have to
I'll
say.
go with that. Yeah, Kevin Costner. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Fucking guy.
Fucking Kevin Costner.
Let me
Yeah, like
Costner.
15 lines in the whole fucking movie.
But he had the best one. He was like, no. And then he died.
Oh man. See, he did. Now, if everything revolved around Kevin Costner's, around the dad.
Yeah.
But no.
Joe
Who
Kent.
did the credit go to in the end? Martha.
Fucking Martha.
Anyway, all right, let's continue. So, something I guess less important, but Gina Carano. Remember, we haven't heard her in a while since she was fired off of The Mandalorian and Disney.
Yeah.
She popped her head out of obscurity for a little bit. I guess there was an article where the editor made a comment about her, how she fumbled the bag and really messed it up for herself. So she had to come out and make a statement on that, which reads as she came out on Twitter and made a post in regards to it. So she came out and said, "I didn't fumble the bag. I just didn't go along with the sellout narrative. The online mob couldn't handle that, so they petitioned to have me fired and won. I'm not sorry for that. I stood for what I believe the right thing to do was, and the more time that goes by, the better I feel." So she's really sticking to her guns.
Yeah, she's the most jacked target greeter in Tallahassee. Awesome. Congratulations.
I wonder if she's been in anything. What has she been in since then?
Dick.
Like
Nothing that matters.
No.
Her career was going to
conservative
skyrocket.
shit.
Oh, it was going to fucking take the fuck off, bro.
Yeah. My
Love
Son
it.
Hunter.
I love it.
Terror on the Prairie. Those are the two things that she's been in since.
Oh, that's great.
Terror on the Prairie.
Let's keep track of that. Let's every once a month or so, let's go back to her IMDb and just see what this bitch is doing.
I mean, she has something coming up that's in pre-production. It's called White Knuckle.
Oh, that sounds like it's probably got your man in it.
Yep.
Some what's his face?
It definitely sounds like some. Oh, what? Why am I blanking on his name? I always blank on his name too. Oh man,
your B movie homie there.
I wanted to say Richard Grieco, but that's not it.
Richard Grieco.
Richard Grieco. Oh God, if you were only there.
Why it's pissing me off now that I can't think of his name.
Talking about Grillo?
I can't even think of
Frank Grillo?
Yeah, Frank Grillo. There we go. There we go.
Thank you, Johnny.
White Knuckle
Yeah,
with
starring
Gina
with Gina
Carano
Carano
and Frank Grillo.
We need to make that a cover for this episode. Her and Frank Grillo together in some fucking X versus Sever type bullshit.
I'm not that good with Photoshop.
You'll make it work.
Okay, I'll make it work. All right. So also, 50 Cent is developing he's working with Eminem to develop an 8 Mile series.
Pretty sure they told that whole story in about an hour and a half, but I'm not sure what else they're going to expound upon.
Not according to 50 Cent and Eminem.
This is the same 50 Cent from the Super Bowl
I could
halftime.
absolutely
the heavy ass.
see them expanding. I could see them expanding that movie to an 8-part series or a 10-part series, not a multiple season series, but a little mini series.
I'm sure he's gonna milk that shit.
I mean, I guess there's a way to turn that into a power. I mean,
yeah.
I don't want a power. I don't want any of that bullshit.
I mean, I don't like any of 50's shows. I think I saw like 8 episodes of Power just because I'm pretty sure it was Walk's brother was at my house and we were reined in and they were watching Power. So I seen a bunch of episodes and I was like, oh, this is fine. Like, yeah, I could watch it. I never followed up with it. I fucking hate all of those series on Stars from 50. I'm not a fan at all. However, they make money. Like, a lot of people love them and they fucking watch it. So can they make another show just like that based on Eminem's life and exaggerate it to stretch it out over multiple seasons? Yeah, I could see it. Just some, fucking...
You want to know?
That's just a show in Detroit at that point.
You want to know how...
absolutely.
Story. It's like The Wire in
that's
Detroit.
what Power is. Like, it's a show in fucking New York. Like, it ain't that crazy.
You want to know how they do it? I'm calling it right now. He's just younger. It's a younger Eminem.
Yeah.
and he's growing up in the hood, and he's learning to rap. Yeah. And then it goes into, him going and it's
in 2008 that would have been fire. I feel like we're way past that point where anybody gives a shit about. We know what Eminem went through. Like, even I'm a white boy and I'm supposed to love Eminem, and like I want nothing to do with that at all. Especially if 50 Cent's involved. Get Rich or Die Trying. That movie was trash.
No, I like that movie.
No, that was a good movie.
Agree to disagree.
No, I have to disagree there. I thought that was a good flick, but it was like he was playing
like
himself,
his video game.
Like it wasn't that
Blood in the Sands.
No.
What were you saying, Johnny?
Blood in the Sand. God.
Exactly.
No, everything else that he's done has been pretty trash. Get Rich or Die Trying was fine because he was literally playing himself. The same reason why 8 Mile was great is because he was just playing himself.
Right. And this isn't going to be Eminem playing himself again.
No, this is going to be another
be some dude we got to pretend
white
is
kid.
Eminem.
I'm sure it'll be
tough.
I'm sure it'll be good.
I'm not. I can't believe you're so confident that this will be good.
I say
I'm not gonna watch it, but still,
like not good for me, but good for them. Like they're gonna make money off of it. Like it's.
I don't even think they will.
I think they will.
I'm sure.
calling
it is
right now.
It is. It's gonna make a shit ton of. Do you know how many white boys still hold on to Eminem's legacy? Like every single one of them, minus you, will tune in, no problem, to watch a movie about Eminem. 8 Mile. They'll eat that shit up. They will eat that shit up. And then the hood folks will want to support 50 Cent because they got him feeling like he's swinging, because that's his exact quote.
What if
like,
they don't even
I'm swinging
say
100,
that it's based
I don't
on
miss.
Eminem? Like, what if it's just a story that we're like, wow, that looks like Eminem's story, and it's like, produced by 50 Cent or whatever, Curtis Jackson, or whatever the fuck he goes by, and we're all like, that looks like Eminem's story, but the whole time they're not even trying to push the based on Eminem. Like, they don't even say none of that. Like, it's just like, oh, we could tell.
Why call it 8 Mile? They're clearly playing off the Eminem thing. Like, they're
He's working with
we know
Eminem
it's going to be
so.
Eminem related.
We know,
can't play that.
But the target audience is a lot younger than us.
These kids, I don't think a lot of people fuck with them. And like, I've seen videos on Instagram of grown ass men reacting to hearing like the real Slim Shady for the first time. Like, what? Mm-hmm. They're listening to like My Name Is for the first time. Grown ass men like reacting to this.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to fuck with an 8 Mile? Like, I don't.
No, but you're talking about as if the world is only the fucking younger generation. No, we are in that There's a ton of people our age that still to this day hold on to Eminem's legacy, and no matter what Eminem does, they are holding on. They will absolutely tune into it. We won't. I'm not going to tune into that. I agree with y'all. I've watched a few episodes of Power, wasn't into it because multiple people told me that it was good, and I couldn't get into it. I'm not even a believer that Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. like some people will say. But,
greatest white rapper. You gotta qualify it.
Yeah. But still, it's whatever. It'll make money. It'll make money for sure, and it'll probably run for at least 3 seasons.
Not a chance.
I'm telling you. I promise you it will. And
I bet it doesn't even come out. I bet this never even happens. Honestly.
Maybe.
I don't even think it's gonna.
I think it has a lot of people excited.
Just talking.
50
like
has
50 likes to do.
50 has produced numbers for stars.
Blood in the Sands.
It doesn't matter. That does not matter.
That's it.
You're talking about a game that came out when he was actively a rapper.
But he talked about it the same fucking way.
I agree.
Fucking, I don't miss, bro. Your shit missed. I agree. 100%. I don't miss.
I agree. However, with TV shows, he brought numbers, bro. Whether we liked it or not, He brought numbers.
Is this a BET
Everybody,
show? Is that where this is like?
No.
That depends which station this is going to
It's
be on too.
Well, that's the thing.
I
He
think
had
he
a deal
broke
with
his
Stars.
relationship with Stars. He's not with them no more.
Yeah, he broke his relationship with Stars. So who knows where this is going to land?
Tubi.
Showtime.
No, bro. Like, you love to interrupt me when I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to say, like, I get it. Well, let me fucking talk, bro. Fuck. It's the thing. I agree with you. 100%. I agree with you. I don't want to watch.
I'm not
that
fighting
shit.
you.
I know
This
you're
isn't
not. I know
about
you're
you,
not.
dog.
I'm just trying to say that he has produced numbers with these shows. As whack as these shows are, 4 stars, he has produced numbers. Why? I don't. Maybe it's because the hood is behind him. Whatever it may be. All of that whack ass power. Ghost.
This is why. Let's keep
what was
it
the
real.
other one?
The hood doesn't have a high caliber there's no high bar
They don't.
to reach
They don't.
when it comes to hood quality. As long as you talking some gangster story, the hood fucks with it. And they, you know, this and what was the other bullshit that was on Fox with the Record Family Empire? Like the hood loves those shows.
Yep.
Just because it's about hood type topics with a semi big budget, right? And so it makes it even a higher quality show than what they're used to watching in most typical, black dramas or comedies. And so, yeah, they spend all their time on it because that's what they got. That's got, the stories that they align with. But they probably, most of them know this shit is not as good as a real fucking flick.
No, correct. But here's my point why it will end up landing somewhere.
It ain't The Wire.
Is the fact that they brought numbers. It brought numbers. 50 Cent is connected to those shows. Those shows brought numbers no matter why, no matter the reason why. And those numbers are all he has to show other executives, other studios,
yes,
in order to get this to green light. And I think he's going to get it to green light.
I think so.
I don't know.
Off of that.
I don't think 50
I think it's going to be trash, though.
Is a win. Like, where was the hood when 50 lost 100 pounds to play that fucking cancer patient role? Like, where was the hood supporting him during that? Like, I don't think 50 makes it an automatic winner by any means, even by hood standards. I know we're not going to fuck with it, but I don't need to drag it on.
But see,
it's not going to be.
No. I agree. I don't think it's going to be good. But I think that 50 Cent at that time is a completely different 50 Cent than what we have right now.
I'm going to follow
because
this. We're gonna do weekly updates on the.
Because back then, that's when he was the rapper trying to be an actor, and everybody's like, "Oh, what, you see this shit? Like that shit
now
was
he's
trash."
just a producer making fucking money.
Correct. Yeah. Now when it comes to production and it comes to marketing and all that, he's made a name for himself.
Moving on.
Yeah, this is the last thing that I have.
What do we got?
Spoiler for Ant-Man Quantumania, and I'm just gonna drop it on you. All right, so
don't let him mute. He took his shit off.
No, nothing crazy. The runtime was released, and this is gonna be digestible 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Ooh, I love that.
Ooh.
I can even have some
It's
drinks.
a sweet spot.
I can have some drinks before that and not worry about having to piss.
That's a lot of story to fit in just under 2 hours.
Ooh.
I was hoping for like a 220, 215.
220.
We got 2.5.
Because 205, Marvel has long ass credits. Like
Yeah.
So there's 20 minutes of credits gone.
7-8 minutes at least minimum. I feel you, Dave, but
10.
I'm being a little more
It
realistic.
feels like 20, right?
It's gonna be an under 2 hour movie. That's a lot of story that they're selling us on this whole quantum verse thing that's building the stage, setting the stage for Kang. Plus, most Marvel movies have a mid-credit and a post-credit scene. I'm gonna guess this one does as well. It's not a lot of
Not a lot of meat there. I
would have.
You said the right-
10 more minutes. I would have fucked with. I would have been
You said
excited
the right
for it.
words,
I mean, I'm
though.
still happy for it, but
You said the right words. This is setting the stage.
Yes.
I don't think this does not wrap the story arc
Oh,
for
absolutely
Kang,
not.
obviously.
No.
Right.
So because of that, this just wraps the arc for this particular situation.
Right.
it's gonna whet
Which is
the
why
appetite.
I'm okay with 2 hours. What's up?
It's gonna whet the appetite.
It's going to whet the appetite and it's
whistle.
going to make you want more. And that's exactly what they're aiming for. Whereas like Thor Love and Thunder was underwhelming because of how short it was, because it was the complete story arc of Gore the God Butcher from beginning to end of that story. And that's all we got. And there's nothing to look forward to within that character. And it feels like, fuck. Like we got robbed.
That's it?
Like,
We're
yeah,
done?
exactly.
Fuck.
Whereas like with this, Kang the Conqueror is going to be a much bigger story arc. And this is just starting that. And by the end of it is going to, I think it's going to end up being more of a cliffhanger on what's to come.
Can I just? I'm really
Absolutely.
hoping, only for the sake of even casual nerds, that they do something to explain why this is Kang and not He Who Remains from Loki.
Agreed.
Because I have a feeling that when I watch this movie, because I have not explained who Kang is or He Who Remains is to my wife, that when she sees this movie with me, she's going to be like, oh, wait a minute. I remember him. He was at the end of Loki. Is that the same guy?
No, baby.
No,
And
y'all
it's
better
not.
rewatch
And-
Loki.
Don't remember.
And I'm gonna have to do it like a little comic books explanation.
He pushes glasses up.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's nice to flex on the wife like that every now and then.
Every now and
Know
then
that
it's
you
not
do know
bad,
what's up.
but sometimes I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Can
It's
the
a lot of
movie
work
please
sometimes.
explain it to the audience so that they don't need to be super nerds to understand? I'm hoping so, but we'll see what happens. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna.
I mean,
Want to watch.
we're
the
a
shit
month
out of this
away
movie.
from that too.
When do fucking ticket sales go on? Because I'm ready to cop my tickets already.
Ooh, yeah.
Probably
it's
within
almost
the
there.
next. I'm assuming within the next week or two, because literally it drops a week from next Tuesday.
Damn. A week from next
Oh, I'm
Tuesday?
sorry. A month from next Tuesday. My bad.
Oh, I was about to say.
A month from next Tuesday. February 17th.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck. I can't even get my fucking ticket.
February 17th.
Yeah, you don't know where the theater at, huh?
I'll drive wherever. I don't give a fuck. It's going down.
Hell yeah. I'll tell you the theaters I go to over there.
Okay. There we go.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Do that
I hope this
Dolby.
is not-
Get that Dolby seat.
Oh, shit. I
Yeah.
felt like Ant-Man and I felt like Quantumania was a long way off for some reason. And then you're just like,
Because
it's in a month. I know. And now it's finally
Yeah.
time. And I feel like I haven't been processing
That's why I keep
time.
telling you, Miro. Like
I feel like it's been rushing,
past
just
3
like Last
years-
of Us. It's like rushing in on me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
It's fucking
Yeah.
Sunday, bro.
the past 3 years of us podcasting has
Warped time.
just I don't know. It's crept up on us. It's
Yeah.
been going by real fast. That's why every time we get upset, like you get upset when I say a time, and
2025.
you're like, ugh. I'm like, yo, I don't know about you, but time has been going by way too fast
Yeah.
for me.
But every
bro.
time you say it, time isn't going by fast.
No,
then.
I know,
I
I
gotta
know.
wait 3 fucking years for
we
shit to
don't
drop.
we talk about it for the 3 years, and it's like it's
Right.
next week,
And then it's
holy
here.
shit.
Right. I can't believe it. Fuck.
Can't wait to see where this leads us, though. All right,
Mm-hmm.
guys, do you have anything to add to this stellar conversation?
Make sure y'all watch The Last of Us on Sunday.
Yes.
Last of Us on
Dropping.
Sunday.
HBO Max.
Yep.
Fuck with it. We gonna be fucking with it. We gonna be spoiling it. So get on it.
Facts.
Absolutely. It's HBO, so we have to look forward to it being weekly.
Yeah, weekly.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with that. I've come to terms with the weekly for sure.
Especially when it's HBO.
Oh yeah, especially
HBO with
I give them a pass.
like the real HBO, not that Max original shit, but the real HBO.
Right.
Nope.
That,
You know it's gonna be good.
you waiting all week.
It was like
Real G's know what that sound is.
an HBO original.
Does it say that?
No, that was
Okay,
me.
now we're doing sound effects. I'm assuming we don't have anything
showed
else to
HBO.
add.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
The
no, I
only
don't
thing
have
I wanted
anything
to add, just live, shout out to Angela Bassett winning the Golden Globe.
Hey, that's what's up.
Angela Bassett won for
deserves that.
Black Panther, so shout out to her, doing
She
big
deserves
things. And also Jeremy Allen White, our homie from The Bear.
Bear, he won.
He won also for
Nice.
his
Nice.
role as Carmi. So that's another big
That's
win.
what's up.
I'm hype on that. And
Okay.
there's a bunch of controversy about Jared Carmichael talking shit about the Golden Globes.
Oh shit!
That's what's
Next
up.
week. Next week.
Abbott Elementary. I'm not a terribly huge fan of that show. I watch it. It's like kind of
Never saw it.
I've never seen it.
yeah. It's like standard broadcast TV
Yeah.
comedy level.
Yeah. That's the vibe I got
Yeah.
from the commercials and shit.
Nothing too crazy or wild. It's just whatever, but quite popular. And they keep on winning a lot of awards. But other than that, I don't know. We'll see. Probably at next week's show, we'll talk about who else, if there's anything crazy that happened at the Golden Globes.
Word.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in this week. You already know if you fuck with us, then that means we fuck with you. Remember to give us a rate, review, subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcasting app. If they allow you to give us a rating or to write a review, please do so. We enjoy reading those and seeing those stars go up. Also, YouTube viewers, please give us that thumbs up. Subscribe to the podcast if you have not already. And just keep sticking with us every week. We appreciate you. If you want to cop some gear like that awesome sweatshirt that Johnny's wearing, go to insensitivemerch.com. Stay drippy with Drippy. We have a lot of changes coming up. So stay tuned with us. Be patient with us. We appreciate you. Peace.
Peace.